of a team collectively, colloquially known as the Blessed. It's a homebrew campaign, so we're a bit far from the usual stomping grounds of 5e, namely Toril, the Forgotten Realms, Sword Coast, that whole thing. Or rather, we are in a homebrew setting, and we are in a city-state named Rydal. It's like a sort of a trade hub for this world, and they are currently in the city investigating some things, namely a link between the powers that be in this place, in this city, and another. And I will leave the specifics to anyone who wants to do a recap of last week's episode.
What did happen? I believe we made plans to attack the Norath, not attack it, but to steal some Norathian ambassadors or something. There was briefly discussed the idea of opening up a grappling hook store, which I think we should put a pin in. We also, during the, before that, we met our new friend Anastasia, which I'm probably mispronouncing. Anastasia?
Anastasia?
There it is. Who joined us, and then we pretty much did real bad trying to get into this place. But we did.
What's all this weed shit?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
when we tried to...
Yeah, it was mainly you and Aja failing.
Yeah, that was a rough one. And while we tried to steal these three boys, one of them anyways, turned to some crazy creature. I can't remember what exactly. Some demon-like, fiend-like thing.
Well, here I can show you.
Oh, please. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it killed the other two ambassadors, and then we pretty much fucked this thing up and dipped out the windows, and we went back to our safe house, and that's as far as I remember personally.
We got some loot.
We did get some loot, yeah.
Yeah, there was some... I believe there was even some money, and there was a magic item. Yeah. Two in particular.
None of us really questioned that Tara just disappeared.
No, we did. It's like,
I think I was gone.
I did ask their controller player if she wanted to leave a note, and they said no. So she did not. She just ghosted you guys.
we figured you did some spy stuff.
Yeah. She was looking for Norath the whole time.
But
Inside journal.
That would be a little far-fetched.
you guys did, so you were unable to question the ambassadors or revive them even. Their souls have been plucked from their body and no longer under their possession. So you started rummaging around the room, which is when you found the magic items. I believe it was to a 20 investigation.
Ooh.
You found a safe.
It was a 34.
I mean, you rolled a 20 though.
Circlet of human.
Yeah, actually, I was not actually going to give you guys any. I wasn't going to give you any magic items there, but since you rolled a 20, I feel like it's obligatory. Anyway,
yeah.
Nessa was searching for evidence or not things shiny or valuable objectively, but more what this connection from Norath between Norath and the King of Clubs, a merchant king in Rydal. She appears to have found it thanks to the translation by Alistair, a book that denotes it's sort of the itinerary of the ambassadors, what they're planning on doing each day while they're here. And it turns out tomorrow they're going to a location in the warehouse district, which you guys know is controlled by the King of Clubs. It has a location, it's a time they'll be there. But Nessa deemed it necessary to hit the target tonight because while she did use some sort of spell to negate sound in the area when you infiltrate the embassy, thanks to the appearance of this flesh behemoth, that protection was stripped away, and numerous people were aware of your attack on the embassy. So it probably behoove you to, move with haste.
Away.
I will. All right, okay, let's go, and I'll cast Patches on Trace.
Did we manage to sleep or anything, or?
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay.
did we get back? We have just.
Like
You guys
just
got back to
came-
the safe house, and you guys were doing. And Nessa did permit a short rest, but it was an enhanced short rest. She played while you guys were resting. So essentially, it's not a long rest, but you get some things back more than you would in a short rest. So every hit dice you spend is doubled for free. And so you can roll 2 instead of 1. And then also you get up to half of each of your spell slots back without going over. So, for instance, if you have 4 spell slots, you get up to you get up to 2 back per short rest. For this short rest, so it's not like a full long rest, but it is rolls better than a normal short rest.
Sweet. All right, I guess let's head over to this warehouse. Do we have a plan or something? Do we know like the area at all? We just busting in.
We had a plan last time. It didn't really work in our favor.
Yeah, let's not.
Well, you
maybe
guys
we
did
should
it
just
did work
freeball it.
because you actually did skip an entire encounter, which was
Oh,
hinted
man.
at when Aja kicked in the door. The failed so hard on her rope check and stumbled into the second floor.
Right.
There were boys aplenty on that floor, but you ignored that fight due to your quick thinking.
Who was the like the bard we have with us?
Nessa Donavae, employee of the Queen of Hearts, agent for, probably better a term. But she is the one who's been assisting you. In this case, as you are working towards similar goals.
Do you have any ideas here, Nessa, of what we should do, or are we just kind of going loud? Not that I'm complaining about that plan, but
Or what we should expect.
yeah.
She thinks for a bit, which is, well, the way I see it. Like I say, there's 2 ways we can go about this. We can go and, hard as you suggest, Slizik, just knock down the doors, open it up, take out anyone we can see, grab whatever we can, and get out. Or we can go.
Okay.
That's one option. Or we can go and they do a softer approach. We know what these ambassadors look like. There are numerous ways to disguise oneself, whether practically with a disguise kit or magically with certain spells. And we can attempt to make a surprise inspection or something similar on on this place and see if the people there will let us in. That way we might learn more than if we simply went in there and killed everyone. We can't always expect to find a document pointing us in the next to the next place that we need to go. But,
I mean,
My vote is for loud.
I also vote loud.
I mean, if you're not good at doing things soft or disguising or acting, it might eventually turn into loud. But once again, I'll leave that up to you guys.
I'm not good at any of those, but I am good at being loud.
I will say, perhaps not my strongest suit.
What isn't your strongest suit, sir?
Yeah, well, acting or
Ah,
I'm just too much an honest fellow to lie.
yeah, that's right.
Just laugh. I'm just DM laugh, chuckle. We got jokes.
What do you think, Anastasia? God damn it, I'm so bad with names.
Well, I do like the fact that you're trying to differentiate between the Anastasia, who you guys know as Anna, Queen of Stormhaven, and the player Anastasia.
That's exactly what I was doing.
But she did specifically say that they're pronounced even the same way. So, whenever I refer to you, Salsa, your character, I will always refer to you. I will never abbreviate it. That's how I will differentiate it. Just to let you know. It'll always be Anastasia for you and Anna for the Queen.
Well, we could attempt to sneak our way over there. That's to just simply avoid attention.
Yeah. I mean,
bring on it.
necessarily you'd also try to infiltrate. But, I mean, if it was just me and maybe Aja when she's sober, that might be a possibility, and she's looking at sort of everyone else.
I don't. That's a
This like
paradigm that
6'6" gold, bronze Aasimar, this other Aasimar, covered in like splint mail, this rotund fellow, also in heavy armor, and this giant dragonborn. And she's like, I don't think. I mean, you might have some hidden talent. In the stealth department, but it doesn't look like it to me.
Okay, well now I just kind of want to go to stealth just out of spite.
I mean, there are spells that mitigate such things.
No, I think we're best, like, unless we have a very good plan to just bust down the door.
I'd rather not have to use that spell again. I could only manage it once more.
I'll drink to that.
So front door it is.
Yeah, she says, I mean, if you're going to sneak, I have ways to mitigate that. Bending light to prevent people from seeing you, or muddying their thoughts, damping your sounds of your feet, to some extent, of course. It won't help if you just fall flat on your face, but barring that, if you want to infiltrate, we could. I also have a way to disguise all of you, magically, of course. If you want to try the deceive route, I also have ways to blow open doors of all types, using a variety of spells and their effects, if you want to go loud. So.
I mean, I have a foot.
I very much like just being disguised to get our way over there, and then just get one good drop on them, and just unload.
I agree.
Sorry about that. I'm back, but I was listening to everything.
Oh yeah, Nessa is just offering suggestions. She is very much like if
Anastasia's for trying
yeah.
stealth.
if
And if it doesn't go through, then obviously be loud. But I would say try to keep the disguises on, maybe, because then they won't know who we are.
yeah, I can't do both. Like if I can't make us look like something and mask sound. Voice, uh, verbal spells of verbal components don't work that way. I can't sing 2 songs at once.
Well,
So if you want, I can make. If you want to make it practical, disguise us practically, then yes, and then I can mask our presence magically to try to get the best of both worlds.
I mean, I feel like the outline of our silhouettes is enough of a lineup at this point. There's not going to be much disguising in that department. So maybe just this sneaky approach, and then we just bust down the door.
Yeah, I like it.
So, are we all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's one for yay, and then
You guys did just get an item that transforms you into like a beautiful human.
do we? So that can work on everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, let's use that then.
I mean, I'm just running possibilities here.
I didn't realize that it could work on. It only works on one person though, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what. Okay, well, yeah.
Well, but it is not like a disguised self. You literally turn into a person, a human. Your stats don't change, of course, and you don't get different racial abilities. But for all intents and purposes, it's not an illusion. So if someone touches you, they will be touching a human body.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know that it's terribly useful. This is just a singular person. Let's try our sneaky approach.
let's do it.
All right. That was an L-time starburst, so just give me a second.
Also,
So juicy.
I definitely copped those eyes of minute seed.
We gotta
I'm
begin
already short-sighted, apparently.
to head out to the warehouse district once again. This time under the auspices of night. Last time you were here, the sun was shining, so you had that to guide you. This time, no such luck. But due to the way the warehouse where the warehouses are labeled, you can find your target readily enough. But while you go, you hear Nessa humming a song as you're sort of collectively walking together. And you can still hear her humming, but it was more prominent. Now it's sort of faded to the back corners of your mind. If you don't concentrate on the humming, you'll miss it altogether. And with that, you also notice that sound around you has once again dimmed to almost a background noise sort of situation. You cannot hear your footsteps anymore. You can't even hear your own heartbeat or your own breathing. And it looks like there are street lamps here, but they're not. The light is interacting strangely with your group. It's sort of bending around you. So it looks like you're always, while you can see out of this effect, even though it's without dark vision, it appears you are constantly shrouded in a state of darkness.
Dang. Go, 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 I guess.
Yep. And you begin to walk towards this warehouse. It looks like your stereotypical warehouse. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. It appears to be much like the one you infiltrated and hidden yesterday. But looks can be deceiving, of course. You won't know what it is actually like until you, of course, open it up and look inside. There are a number of ways to do this. Of course, there are the bay doors, which is the most obvious way. The double bay doors, where they do like their loading and unloading. But if you open up those doors, everyone in the warehouse will definitely know that someone did that. There are a number of side doors as well. There are no windows to this one. Other places had windows that, while they were high up and weren't exactly big enough for all of you to fit through and be a small creature, there are no windows on this warehouse in particular. But there are some side doors here that you might be able to open using thieves' tools if they happened to be locked. But spoiler alert, most likely will be. But yeah, you guys can take it from here.
So, crazy idea. Okay. I go up front and open the bay doors as a distraction. You guys surprise them from the back?
So
Think
when you start speaking,
Oh,
it's like
that's how I
it's
usually
all like
sound.
it's like super muted and like sort of like blurred, and that's what's like Nessa says something like, oh sorry, wait, and her voice cuts through though, and she adjusts something on her lute, and then your voice comes through, Slizik.
Anyways, as I was saying, just an idea. I could open up these bay doors and soak up a bit of attention and possibly damage while you guys sneak around from one of these side doors and get a little surprise attack on them. Unless someone has a spell that could open these doors or something, that'd be a good distraction.
Can I tell what kind of mechanisms are latching the doors?
So you don't have to worry about what does Nessa's spell. You just for the time being, forgo all stealth checks. Essentially, you emit. People cannot see you, and you emit no sound. So, you know. But you will definitely need investigation to check what mechanism sort of locks the doors, and if you will be able to open it mechanically from this set. Of course, there are spells that unlock things, but I don't know if anyone of you have those.
Nice.
Ho ho ho! Yes. So you think that there is a locking mechanism in place on this door. It is quite large due to the fact that they are double bay doors and opposed to like hold them together and lock them. It's not like a simple, like padlock. Nothing so small. So you'll be able to get to work on it, but it might take you some time because of the complexity slash size of the sort of mechanism you're dealing with.
Well, just kidding.
I guess it's something I could open with my mage hand from a short-ish distance.
Yeah. So the lock is on the other side. Sorry, you're sort of.
And there's no way to.
Yeah, you can see. You can see. It's sort of like a door, like a deadbolt. You can see where the thing is, like where the locking mechanism is, but to actually interface with it, to interact with it, you need to be on the opposite side of the door that you're currently on. Now you can mage hand through there, but you won't be able to see, so everything you do at a disadvantage, essentially.
Well, maybe let's just go to the side.
Well, no, hold on. Wait, I can help you out, I suppose. I could actually. I also have mage hand. We could work together somehow, fumble around, or I can give you a little bit of guidance.
So your mage hand isn't spectral, right?
Yes, yours is invisible. Aja's. His is like a outline, ghostly, like ethereal looking like hand. so it's still visible to the if someone's looking, they would be able to
Surely
see
they're.
it.
Yeah.
I can still give you a little bit of guidance. We can.
This is I can also. Well, she can just speak, cut through her own spell, of course. She's I can also open the door. By singing to it, and when I do, everyone will know we're here, and you will not enjoy the benefits of this amazing song I have already been singing.
Sort of defeat the purpose of it.
Yeah, sort of gets the whole thing, but
I'm just giving you guys options.
fair enough. As long as you guys can get within range of this lock, it sounds like it's from the inside, and I'll be outside. If you guys can get in there and open it up, I can just kind of run in and yell and be a big distraction.
All right, so we want to. So it's how far away are these? Is the big door from the side door?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm gonna look at a map. You guys have a map of this place? You can't see it.
Do we?
I have the map. You have not entered the space yet.
Okay.
But I will let you know soon. So the bay doors are about 20 feet across. Yeah, about 20 feet across. Yes. And the warehouse itself, the dimensions are its length is about 120 feet. And its width is about 90 feet.
So what is like the closest rather, like side door to the bay door?
Closest side to the bay door is about. It's pretty much on the opposite end of the warehouse, about 100 feet away.
That's a bit much.
Actually, I'll say there's more than just safety and the OSHA. It's not exactly a thing, but I'm sure they have, in case there's a fire or some stuff, they need multiple ways of entering and exiting. So let's say there's this whole thing is what, 120 feet. So 30 feet from one side there is an entrance. This is lengthwise, and 30 feet from the other side there is an entrance as well.
That's pretty good. How far can you guys' as a little hand spell reach?
About 30 feet.
That's would you look at that?
Yeah.
I mean, it should work, right?
Absolutely no question.
All right. So just to be safe, our plan: you guys open the door. I bust in, looking just so cool, and I distract them with a big yell, and y'all get a surprise jump on them while I do that. And then we should probably save one person, right? We're trying to get info here.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Aim for it, at least.
Yeah, well, we can call out who we want to try and save someone important.
Generally speaking, who is anyone here a contracted laborer or has that in the background?
Does pirate count?
No. Nessa would inform you
Okay.
then that there's usually a foreman or a sort of a person in a managerial position who sort of oversees the work of these warehouses, or of each individual warehouse. So they might be present if they are in fact working, which it seems like it because you guys do note that there are some lights inside. They're not coming from the windows because there are none, obviously, but there's some cracks in the bay doors and stuff that you guys, this sort of light is kind of spilling out from there, so you can see that someone is inside doing something.
Well, all right. I think this plan has a decent chance of success, possibly.
All right, let's get into position.
I'll activate my armor of Agathis.
Ho ho ho.
I get all frozen.
Just do a quick finger line of rush. Just jump in there.
Snork.
Alright, this is your second hit of rush. I need a con save from you, good sir.
Can I join him in that one? I think that's a good idea, actually.
Oh, of course, I don't mean to be rude.
Can I get a key?
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus Christ, we're the worst.
Con save.
Oh, with a
okay. Very good. Very good.
Oh boy, nice.
So you guys have managed to...
Damn it.
Aja, if you are now addicted to rush, or you're...
No!
Oh, no.
You would have been on the path to addiction, but you critically failed, so you're just automatically addicted.
Oh, fucking cocaine alcoholic. This is a...
Well,
not a great
I
combo.
was so like morally opposed to it too.
And then you snorked it up. Now here you are.
This cautionary tale.
Not even once, Aja. Not even once. Well, I guess I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
In a bit
Well,
here.
welcome to
Kinda
it.
got a thing.
I mean, you just took a hit, so you're fine now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel great.
Keep in mind, this is your second time taking the same drug, rush. If this is your first time taking the first hit, it's free, as they say.
I love this picture of us just like
Oh,
huddled
so I've
around this
never
fucking-
taken it before. Does that mean I'm not addicted?
Yeah, you're not addicted then. It's only the
Okay.
second hit.
Whew.
So you actually you are saved.
I do like
This
the.
is my third.
I think so. Was it? I know we did it once to get into the building, and now when was the other time?
In the warehouse itself.
Oh, I see.
No
So you guys
one,
now-
no
you guys-
one made you
Literally.
do this. Literally not even offered to you.
You guys now have a +1 to initiative and +1 to dex saving throws, I believe.
It was basically Alistair pulled out like a small hand mirror with 3 lines on it.
Yeah.
And he snorked one, and then all of us just walked up and fucking helped ourselves.
All right. So
Alright!
I'll give guidance to our invisible mage handy friend.
All right. Yes. She will have to interact if you guys are trying to break into the warehouse proper and sneak along, and then open the doors that way. From the inside, the bay doors from the inside, you will need to interact with this small side door first. So guidance will definitely come in handy with this sleight of hand.
Let's
Alright.
move out. I'll be waiting by the door.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys didn't come up with a signal, but I'm assuming the signal is the doors begin to open.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll see you in there.
You need a dex save, I'm guessing, or
No, it is
A
a thieves tool check. Yes, yeah, this is wow, +10, really.
You get a D4 on that.
Yeah, 6. Well, yeah. 16 is actually just it. This is a secure facility, but not a lord's estate. But yeah, so 16. It takes you a bit, but just when you think the lock has defeated you, you manage to get the final pin, and you hear the lock click. And the door isn't open, but you testing the knob, you can see that it is in fact unlocked.
Alright. Good luck out there.
Moral support. Of course, you don't say that out loud. He says, "Good luck out there." As Nessa moves further away from you, Slzik, sound and light are returning to you.
Whoa.
So, if you were to shout now, people would definitely hear it.
Good.
All right, are you guys entering? The rest of you, are you entering this warehouse?
sneakily.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing you guys notice is that there's some light in here. You're sort of entering. This is not OSHA regulated because there are things that block this fire escape. So you can't exactly see the workers. or what they're doing in sort of the main section of this warehouse. But you do notice two things as you sort of take a couple steps in. And the door, I'm assuming you're closing it behind you? Or you're going to leave it slightly ajar?
Very quietly closing.
Alright. As you close the door and take a few steps in, your group notices a few things. There's some light here, but it is a constant source of light, so it doesn't look to be like a torch or anything like that. Rather, it appears to be probably magical in nature, a light globe or something similar. But you don't see the source of it. You're just surrounded by boxes. And also you notice that it's very hazy in here. And there's like some sort of dust or material in the air. And I would like you all to make Constitution saving throws as you progress further in here. Slizik is not in here, so he is exempt.
Oh.
Oh boy. Alright. Well, luckily, Nessa's spell is still in effect. So you just, something goes up your, there's this black dust in the air. Alistair, most of you seem to sort of like wave it away with your hand, or put over, or make a makeshift mask with like a piece of clothing or something. Nessa seems unaffected, but she is still humming away. You, Alistair, just take the biggest sneeze of your life. But thanks to Nessa's spell, it comes out at like a like it's barely a sound. It's like a mouse squeak.
Like a turtle orgasm, yep.
Yeah. Yes, like if like a turtle is having sex with a what was it, croc?
Yeah.
It's like that. So it's barely a sound. And Nessa just stares at you.
I just do like a who me shrug.
Did I do that?
But yeah, due to this haze in here, your visibility is reduced somewhat. But you begin to sort of make your way through the maze of boxes and other things, and you begin to hear sounds of people working as well. And there appear to be quite a number of people, and they are working at a rapid pace. And sure enough, when you get out of the maze of boxes, you see this sort of assembly line set up here, and there are a number of workers here working on some sort of contraption. Give me a perception check. Aja, Anna, and sorry, Alistair. All the A names. Oh boy.
Damn.
7 plus 7,
Oh,
14.
man.
So the people who would actually recognize what this is, because they've encountered it before, do not know what it is at this distance, only closer to see. This looks like a large metal tube with a wooden like portion at one end. And these individuals appear to be like in the process of manufacturing these. But as far as what their purpose is, you're not quite certain.
I look to Alistair and I say, they're making a stockpile of magical staves for their wizards.
I can't hear her. Right?
You know, it comes off like the Peanuts sort of teacher drone, but it's muted. That's what it sounds like.
I'm gonna cast a message.
And Nessa is like, it will not adjust her loop because you're obviously like in the belly of the beast. There's someone like 10 feet from you, or not 20 feet from you, and she's like, just shakes her head, like, no, I'm not gonna alter anything on the spell.
I'll just cast message. Or say, what?
They're making staves for their army of wizards.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it, so I was like, just think, be like, okay. Keep on going.
All right.
Are
Yes,
they in distance of the door?
They are looking for it.
Ah.
So you sort of take this in as you're sort of heading towards the bay doors. You skirt on the outskirts of this production line. You guys do see a number of things. Sorry, more Starburst. The workers are in plain clothes. Give me I want you to give me a perception check. It's for something differently, unrelated. But you guys do see this foreman that Nessa mentioned. They're sort of how the warehouse is there's a lower area where you guys are at, and then there is 2 flights of stairs leading to an upper area. And you see an important looking individual there, sort of looking down at everyone, making sure everyone's doing their work, and he is flanked by 2 very imposing looking individuals. Alright, Anastasia, you notice everyone here is not not wearing anything metal. It's all leather or wooden. If there is something metal, it is like the guards' weapons, for instance. They are wrapped in heavy cloth.
Interesting. Like, do they have metal tubes that have cloth wraps at the end of them?
No, these look like polearm-y situation. Let me make sure.
I only use my divine sense to see if I sense any weird Nerathian magic fuckery like we had in the embassy.
You do not sense, I believe, so Paladins is different than detect good and evil. It's only fiends and undead, or consecrated stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so you're not detecting any fiends or undead here, so.
And no Celestials either, probably.
Yeah, celestial, fiend, or undead. Yep, none of those. Nothing inherently evil to you. I would even give you a sense of saying evil, or good. Nothing inherently evil or good either. But let me look at these enemies that I have here that you guys see. You just don't know what they are. But all right, you see. Yeah, you see people with like glaives, but the blade portion is wrapped. So it's sort of a bludgeoning object now. And then who else? And you see some a magey looking person. Looks like the person in charge. I'm sorry, this is the bodyguards and the magey looking people. And the one in charge has like it looks like a rapier, but it is sheathed and is not drawn. Alright. And you guys are making your way to, and the one in charge is a tiefling. You do not see that. Alright. Everyone else is like a more common race. And you guys make your way to the bay doors. And yeah, you see this locking mechanism on them, quite large. But now that you are sort of up front with it, you'll probably be able to unlock fairly easily. Especially with the expertise of the arcane trickster, Aja.
Okay, given guidance.
I'm assuming you're also not right in front of it, you're sort of off to the side.
Yeah, is the sidewall like cast in shadow or anything like that?
Alright.
I'm going to stake myself over there.
Alright, give me that. A sleight of hand. I'm sorry, not a sleight of hand, thieves' tools. Ho ho ho. Man, it is. You've never encountered a lock like this before, but you could have you fooled everyone else because it's just like 10 seconds done. Almost child's play, really. Why even bother having locks when you're around? But these bay doors, they're on like rollers, and as soon as they're unlocked, they begin to sort of like roll apart. For simplicity's sake, I know it's not actually how they work, but hey, begin to roll apart. Outside now go to Slizik outside. Slizik, you see these bay doors open, and there's light now pouring out from it. There's a bit of haze inside, so it's kind of hard to see. But you don't know what that's all about. But yeah.
Before the doors open, I was just super coked up and just kind of psyching myself up, like, you got this, Slizik, let's go. And then the doors open, and okay, what do I got for distraction?
Leroy Jenkins.
Well, first off, I'm gonna throw 4. I caught 4 fish. I caught 4 fish on the boat. I'm gonna throw those and see if there's any kind of reaction to that, if it distracts them or not.
So the bay doors definitely distract them. Their gaze is sort of drawn to that, and there seems to be some sort of confusion amongst the workers and the guards, like who exactly is responsible for doing this. It's supposed to be a, secret operation, and so they're going there. There's some guards headed over to check it out.
Are they within 40 feet? Because I'm very fast.
Yeah, I'm assuming yes. Oh, I also changed up Gold Fever to make it different and easier for you to do, or use, and adjudicate. Your curse. Okay.
Right.
Gold Fever. You suffer a -4 to ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls, but you gain +2 damage rolls, and your movement speed is increased by 10 feet. Okay, you gotta get that gold.
So I have 50 feet right now.
So I am you gotta get that money. And if people in the way, you smack them out of the way.
Yeah, so my eyes are glowing gold as well. I'm trailing motes of ice and shit. I look badass. I'm just charging in there.
Yeah, so they see you coming, this large bronze dragonborn man.
I'm gonna rage as well.
Mouth of froth.
Yes.
Little sparks flying around that. And your eyes a strange shade of gold. And they cry out in alarm and say, "Intruders!" But we'll have you roll initiative. And this is what you guys
Will my friends get a surprise round?
If they decide to engage. This is what you guys see, but I will let you... I will... Sorry, I'll put up initiative. You guys all see this world. Yeah. So you are now all... You guys are off in the corner, so Onid is here in spirit. But you got... so Slizik just... I'll say you got about right here. Everyone else is like right here, and Nessa's over there as well. But I'm probably not going to have her interact unless it's absolutely critical, or you guys are about to all die.
So am I able to get to them with 50 feet of movement?
Yes, I'm moving them. They're not. They're actually closer because they're
I see what you mean.
Laura, what's the line of sight deal with these boxes?
So you guys... Ooh, let me have her name up. You're hidden behind these boxes, so they cannot see you. These barrels, if they're not stacked, you can see over them. These other boxes are too big. So, like, for instance, I'll ping them. These boxes next to you are stacked. So normally, these are small boxes, so you can be able to see over them. But because they're stacked, you are hidden. These big old boxes are big old boxes, so you can't see through them. These are big old boxes. These will be the smaller boxes that you can see over. The manager is, of course, up in their managee position. So they're up here. That's a little elevator, but they're up here. There's a quality control specialist going to investigate with 2 security.
Oh, that poor boy.
Try to figure out what the heck is going on.
So the managers.
The manager's up here.
Are the magic you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I get a surprise round in this?
No. You came in yelling and screaming. You do not get a
Yeah,
surprise
for
round,
sure.
sir.
Was I able to rage beforehand?
Yes, you can rage beforehand.
Okay, thank Christ.
I'm assuming that was all one action, like just running and raging.
Ah!
Alright, so it's like, okay, so let me roll for them. So let's see what they get. The manager and everyone else will also roll too, but they're like super far away. So hopefully I won't be able to interact with you guys. I'm trying to buy time before I open up all these tabs and just get lost in tabs. Okay, there's one. Alright. Got it, okay. Security.
I move 50 feet a turn. I am fast as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just get
What does the drug do again? +1 AC and
No,
plus
it's a
+1 to initiative and plus
Initiative,
1
okay.
to deck saves. If it comes up, remember in case it comes up.
So we pretty much everybody's got a +1 to roll.
Oh, is initiative an ability check?
In this case, no, it's not affected by
Okay.
it. I'm treating
Oh
it
wait,
separate.
I have advantage on initiative.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
Get some battle music going.
Okay. Yes. Okay,
Alistair,
I missed out one of the quality control specialists. Okay, here we go. This boy. Haha.
So wait, what was that?
You cut out there.
I think my dex is probably higher than Alistair.
I use my intelligence for my dex roll.
Yes.
Oh
So,
shit! I forgot to adjust that. Actually have a +5, not a +4.
Okay, so you should be at 12. Okay.
Yep. I was thinking last time, like, should I make a token for Nessa? Nah, she won't participate in a battle. But here we are. So she will. Once again, she will be in reserve because she's doing stuff. Where is her character sheet? There it is.
I guess I imagine she's kind of stopping the sound from reaching outside the warehouse.
She's busy doing stuff. Man, she rolled a 20 on the initiative. Dang, girl.
Golly gee.
Okay. Yeah. So she is still humming, but the effect is more widespread. It's not as concentrated as you all now. So there are still, you can begin to hear sounds around you. Still somewhat dim, but whatever she is doing, it appears to be similar to what she was doing at the embassy. But Anastasia, it is your turn. This first attack you make will be as if they are surprised, so you will have advantage against them.
Do it up.
Hell yeah. I'm going to attack that quality control specialist. I invoke my inner Karen and ask for the manager. Oh, sorry, that's with advantage. Okay.
As your first attack should hit. I mean, they're only mages. Like, what is their AC even? Their AC is 15 because they have mage armor on them, but you hit. Tie goes to the runner.
Is it both attacks this round or just the first one?
Let's say the first one is with advantage. So yeah, you deal 12 damage to him. He does not like that, and you see, because he is a puny mage, 12 damage is a lot of his health.
And I'll attack again.
Alright,
Damn.
that is a miss, though. Alright, so, the security guard 1 is echoing his cry of intruders! More of them! As he goes to attack.
Get at me.
And well, he's gonna go for Anastasia because she just.
Aw.
Wait. Do we get a surprise round?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. How did I adjudicate? I think I adjudicated as an advantage, but
Isn't surprise round like they just get a free round pretty much?
yeah. Yeah. So let's do that real quick. Sorry, surprise
That's all good.
Surprise is really janky and fithy, and I don't really like it because it only really works if everyone is sneaky sneak. If only one person is and messes everything up, or if only a group of us. Anyway, so Anna went, Security went, skip, Suzik skip. Alistair, it is your turn.
Okay.
Do it big.
I am going to cast a Scorching Ray
Yeah.
at 3rd level.
Ooh.
A biggish spell. I will target this Meiji fellow first, and then if any are like over, then I will target the rest at the manager.
All right. So as soon as you see you start to cast Scorching Ray, the eyes of this quality control specialist go like wide with fear, and he hurriedly counterspells you.
What? Surprise round? He knows I'm there?
All right. You cast Scorching Ray. I need Alistair and Aja and Nessa to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
This happens as soon as the spell goes off.
Oh boy.
You take 8d6 fire damage.
What?
What?
As the gunpowder in the air around you ignites
Oh,
and
that's
blows
a
you
good
to
point.
kingdom fucking
That's what that
come.
was? Oh.
That's a good point. Oh man, that's a rough one.
So you passed Aja. You don't have evasion yet, right? But you have, I believe you still have your reaction to have this damage. So if it works like that, hopefully.
Shit.
Oh, there's more, because guess who? Everyone around the quality control specialist has to make this too. Because the fire is hitting and exploding.
I think I have a thing for dex saves.
To be fair, we have no idea what the fuck gun.
Oh yeah, you guys don't know.
Yeah.
The mage did. That's why I tried to save you by saying he counterspell, but you're like, no wait, surprise round.
This is more interesting.
This
All
is
right.
more interesting.
So
I have advantage on dex saves.
yeah.
Yes!
All right.
God, dude.
I'm so coked up, I see that shit before you even.
Now you have a +1, but a +1 won't help a 5. Like you'll get a 5. That won't help you. So Aja, you take 7 fire because you have it with uncanny dodge. You turn into atoms.
Would that work now? It says that I have to be able to see an attacker to be able to.
Oh yeah, it won't
dodge
work then. It's not an attacker. Yeah. Okay.
What did
You
the
see,
drugs give a bonus?
it's +1 to dex saves.
Damn it.
So you just take 14. Aja, Walker, you take. I mean, sorry, who's Walker? Alistair, you take 28. Nessa takes half.
Oh, very.
Just peep that health right quick. There.
Yeah, 15. Yeah,
See
that's
that?
great. Okay. But this can change the tide of battle. So
Do I take half damage or do I just save?
yeah, you just take half damage.
What was it? Sorry, 20,
14. And this is
Okay.
not. You don't resist this because it is fire.
Oh wait, don't I have disadvantage? So I have.
It's
Or
minus.
18.
It's -4 to saves. But
Oh, okay.
so you're fine. Like you're still a 19. You're good. Anastasia, I need a dex save from you, please.
Here goes.
This is just the whole fucking.
No.
Oh,
Even
boy.
with +1, so you take 28 fire damage. Everyone give a big round of applause for Alistair.
Well,
Hopefully the enemies will also suck hard on their saves. We'll see.
Well, do they have to?
Yeah, they
exactly.
do. They do. All right. Here he goes. You got a 16, which is good. And what's your dex save? I mean, sorry, your save on your DC, Alistair.
No, it's an attack roll, so I roll.
I no. But like, what's your save DC? If you were casting a effect, I'm using that for this.
16.
16. Okay, so he saves. So he only takes half. He's still gravely wounded. You can see that he's singed, but he is somehow still alive.
Do they take the damage from Scorching Ray still?
Yes, they still take that damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
Let's see, security 2. Because the explosion happens when at point of origin, because there's flames appearing there, and also when you shoot it out. So there's like a mini fire. There's many explosions trailing it, but when it actually impacts them, then it also explodes like a fireball would.
So is this place on fire now? Please say yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is glorious.
Oh, this is so fucking cool.
Security.
Oh
is,
yes.
I was on their turn going to have them mention, don't you remember not to use metal or fire, but you guys snuck right on through, and okay.
We planned ahead.
Yeah, okay, dex saves.
This is what happens when you plan things, Nathan.
Yeah, they both succeeded on theirs, so.
Okay, so this is just for the
It's not cumulative. You're not going to launch 3 fireballs for 1 scorching ray. So
no, well, I'm saying I did mention before I even cast it or anything blew up that if this mage boy goes down, I'm directing the rest of the manager.
okay. So it's 3rd level, so you have 4 rays, I believe.
Yes.
All right, give me the rolls on the 4, and I will let you know which ones are hits.
Scorching. Wait. Hold on. Oh, so I just click it every time? Okay.
Yeah.
2.
13 is a miss. 18 is a hit.
3.
14 is a miss.
4.
21 is a hit. So with the 15, he is unsteady on his feet, but it looks like literally if you flick or breathe on him heavy, he'll go over. Like he is wobbling.
All right.
I say, someone.
Just gulp, fire, and pain. Nessa's like, you're an idiot.
What is this? Sorcery. They've booby trapped this place.
Yeah, what foul magic is this?
All right. That is now it's Aja's turn.
I'm going to move up to yeah.
All right.
Just
now, keep with that, you have line of sight on security 2, quality control by /1. You cannot see security 1 anymore because there's this big old box in the way. Right here.
Okay.
Thankfully, cocaine has anesthetic qualities. I just think it's pretty bitchin'. I move up and I shoot at the control specialist.
All right. I'm gonna attack roll.
I do have a healing potion. Is it a bonus action to drink a healing?
It is an action to do so.
Okay.
11 will miss.
Well, I will use my bonus action to shoot again.
Yep. He's trying to cry out a warning, but his throat, his vocal cords are just incinerated due to all the fire damage he has sustained. And the shot as he's trying to with a hoarse voice yell out, "Don't use fire!" And then you just right through the throat, a bolt. Right there, he falls down. He is dead.
What a way to go.
Nessa.
Yeah, this is this is fucking awesome.
Nessa is still doing her thing. She's following you guys, shadowing you, but it's hard to see her. you have to like really concentrate and like stare at where you think she is, and you can sort of see her, but she's like blending into the shadows. She's like following you guys, just shaking her head while humming. We're singing now. Okay, so that was all the surprise rounds, full of their surprisiness.
I'm not sure how Armor of Agathis works. Would Alistair take damage? 1 sec, sorry. Oh no, it's a melee attack. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah. Well, luckily you had that 10 temp HP, so you can knock that off first before getting to your.
Oh shit, I definitely forgot that, even though I had it right below my
Or
health.
it's 10 or 15 at second level, whatever level
I
it
think
is.
it's 10. 10 temporary hit points for the duration.
Okay. So yeah, you delve into those first. Armor Agathis will go out with those when those temp HP goes away, but you'll still have more of your health.
Yeah.
You know.
Excellent. Works for me.
Yeah. All right. So we are now back at the top. No more surprisiness. Hopefully, no more explosions. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, everything around you guys is now on fire. So
cool.
when you start your turn in fire, and I will make these on. I will make a tile of this now. Alt for a circle. Here we go. So it's like that, and Nessa would have actually moved out of it, so she's not on her turn. So she is not exploded by it. And the fireball is also where you guys start. Oop, that's not right. 20. Yeah, so this is a. It's not as big as a fireball, but it's centered on whoever you blasted. It's a 20 diameter, not 20 radius.
Okay.
But when you start your turn there, you will take. Nessa took it too, so she did, but she did move out of it. You take 1d6 fire damage if you start your turn in this flame, in the fire and the flames.
Oh wait, do I have damage as well because of rage on spells?
Rage is only bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage. If you were there is a subclass that's all damage except psychic, but you are not that one.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Nessa's patting her smoldering armor, just staring daggers at you. Alistair just continuing to shake her head as she moves out of the fire.
What?
She looks at Aja and heals Aja instead of you.
Aja, for a free action, will give Alistair the thumbs up.
Hey,
She will healing word you for 6 health. Man, she rolled a 1. Not good, but better than nothing. All right, that's her turn. Anastasia, I'll need you to roll that 1d6 as you start in the fire. I'm assuming
I just got annihilated in like 1 round.
I'm assuming you want to move out of that scenario.
Yeah, it's a situation, all right.
Now, if you move, you can still attack these security boys and not be in the fire. So here, not south of security 2, that's still most of that square. But here, these 3 right here, you will be outside the fire.
What about over here?
Yes, that as well.
Okay, well, she goes twirling and dancing through the fire and swinging at this guy all the while.
Oh, that's
sort
cool.
of like Witcher style.
Fuck yeah.
28 does hit.
I am really into this.
20 hits.
Does 20 hit? Nice.
Yeah, it looks like they're wearing some beefy looking armor, but you were able to just cut right through it. Alright, 20. Still alive, but barely. His turn for a rebuttal. Actually, he might die to the fire. We'll see. Yep, he tries to step out. He takes one step and just starts like patting his armor. And he just like goes, bah! like just starts burning alive in his like robes.
Yeah.
Imagine like as he's coming at me, like I was gently shove him into this, like with the sword, like nope, back you go.
Slizik, I need you to take that 1d6.
Oh, fucking hit me with it, baby.
That's on you. I can roll or you roll it. Whatever you
Oh,
want.
sure. I roll shit, so I'll do it. Yeah, that's about right.
Hey.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'll take it. I just picture my armor of frost giving me. Oh man, I'm fucking around me just aura of steam and ice and lightning.
You are
And
obscured.
my eyes.
You're obscured now.
Oh god, this is my shit. Okay, I'm going to just real pissed off. I'm gonna run forward. Am I out of the fire in that spot?
Yes. No, you're in the fire still.
What about now?
Now you are.
Okay. And I am just gonna wail on this guy.
All right.
Ah!
Keep in mind you have a -4 to attack rolls, but a +2 to damage. That does stack with your rage.
Okay. I'm still gonna reckless and great weapon fighting.
All right.
Actually, no, I'm not actually. That's a bit too much of a penalty.
Yeah, you can reckless. It's reckless still be good.
Yeah, I'll still reckless attack though. All right. Ah!
That is a hit. So
Okay.
you did 16. One.
Poor damage roll. Second attack. Ah!
Sorry, math is the worst.
16 and 30.
Yeah, you murder him. He goes down too.
I just laugh an evil laugh. And I'm going to keep running because I have a whole lot of movement. And I've moved 5, 10, 15 feet, I believe.
Yes.
So
Yeah, 35 left. All right. Well, they didn't get to do anything cool, so they're dead.
yeah,
At least I can get rid of their character sheet now and have less tabs open.
So I'll move here, which is 5, 10, 15, I think. And 20, 25, 30. Dah! I think that's all I got. I'm just laughing an evil laugh as this place burns to the ground. This is fucking awesome.
This tiefling begins to like curse in infernal, and you can't hear it what it's saying. Nessa can understand.
Oh, is it? Would it be an action to try and intimidate?
Yes, it would.
Okay, never mind.
You also might need to be closer as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Physical presence does help with intimidation.
Yeah.
But she's saying something you can't understand, but she does translate. She says, "You fools, you all die here."
Yeah, sure.
And she doesn't so much as walk off the edge of this sort of high-rise as she just begins to float off of it. And she's about 10 feet in the air. Which I will denote by giving her wings or something. Yep. So she is floating in the air, and she looks at. Her movement speed is 60 because she's flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she'll go here so she can sort of see Slizik, and so she can see Anastasia.
I'm just laughing in my rage. That's what she sees.
And what will she do? She will look.
Hit me. Get at me, Nathan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, they have some spells. I'm trying to see what it wants to do to you. So it will try to. Let's see. You guys didn't group up, so she can't really use any AOE spells, which is sad for her.
Can she even see Alistair and Nessa and all that?
No. Well, she's floating, so yes, she can.
Okay.
She's in the air, so she can sort of see you guys.
How high up is she?
She's about 10 feet up.
Okay. So I could still reach her.
10 feet from where she was, so she's actually like 20 feet up. If that
Okay.
makes sense. She's 20 feet up from
Yeah.
the ground floor, and like 10 feet up from this
Yeah.
elevated position. So she like just
Sure.
she like rose up 10 feet and just floated over to where she is now.
Okay.
That's the wrong one. All right. So she is going to look at you and pay no attention to the ruler. Yeah, she's not going to do that. So she is going to see you three here, Nessa, Alistair, and Aja, and she is going to cast a spell on you.
Oh no.
Do you have that good counterspell?
I'm a level 4 wizard, technically.
Shit.
So it is a spell known as Confusion,
Oh.
which is
Okay.
a fucker.
It's a wizard thing?
It's a fucker of a spell. Let me share that to you guys just so you can read it. I will. Let's see. Whisper Toggle. I'll cast it again.
Do I still have guidance?
Guidance will not help you with saves. Only ability checks. But yeah, so you need a wisdom saving throw or you might be confused.
Ha!
Alright, Ajay is confused. Alistair, you are fine.
Weak shit.
Alright.
Sophomore year.
I will give you a cracked skull for that. Nessa. She succeeded. So it's just Aja. Oop, accidentally clicked it again. Okay, so Aja, you're confused. But it's well, actually then she sees Slizik coming up and she says
Shits herself? Yep.
yeah, no, she says, "Fool, don't use fire in here." And then she casts Ray of Frost at you. 24 to hit for 4 cold damage.
I am resistant to cold if she's attacking me.
Damn. So you take 2. She
I
didn't know
slap
that.
it off.
She didn't know that, but your movement speed is reduced by 10, so you only have 40 feet. Sad face.
Only 40 feet. What a shame.
Sad face. So be sure to remember that. But that's her turn. But she sees that Ray of Frost didn't quite work on you, so she will probably use something different next time. Actually, no,
Sure.
she doesn't have that spell. Someone else. She will use Vicious Mockery on you. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
That is the other mage fellow has Ray of Frost. My apologies.
That's all good. Hit me with
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, just roll. That should be 2 because
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
And I have -4 to this, I think. Or is that ability check?
yes. Let me look it up.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Ooh.
So your very next hit, like you have extra attack, but your first hit on the extra attack will be at disadvantage, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have reckless attack.
Yeah, so
however.
it's a straight roll. So you take double that. It's supposed to be 2d4. She's a high level.
So 6 damage?
So 6 psychic damage.
I'm just laughing the whole time. This is a good time.
Yeah, you are a meat shield, so you're good.
Slizik is in his fucking element right
Alistair,
now.
you are go for Alistair. Let's see what else
Okay.
you can blow up in here.
What,
The workers are panicking and trying to flee, but there are some like not quite. There are people they're not quite as built as security dealt with. They're more like just thugs with clubs, and they're just bashing the workers to calm them down, as it were.
Oh, so there's a bunch of people in here?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
the manager is floating above them, just not caring about their plight.
Okay, so if I go down, would the big boxes block my line of sight from the Meiji boy at the back?
Yes. He won't be. Mandra will still see you, but he will not be able to see you unless he
Okay.
moves.
I'm going to pop down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. And no, one more. Okay. And I will be like, all right, point taken. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray. And this time, this time I'm going to do Alchemical Casting, though.
Ooh.
And I'm going to, let me just see these like nice tray of goodies I got.
So long as it's not fire, you will be perfectly fine. Yeah. So when you cast that,
Thunder. That seems cool. It's
the
like nice.
all the gunpowder in the air, that black dust, we don't know what it is, but player-wise, you know it's gunpowder, was sort of consumed in that explosion. So it was thin around you in that fire area, but it's thicker now around you once again as you moved out of the fire.
Yeah, he's a tiefling anyway, right?
Yeah. She is a tiefling,
Yeah.
yes.
I would know that they're like, don't they have resistance to fire?
Yes, that's a common theme. You maybe not someone who's lived out in the woods or the sticks or something, but someone who's lived in the city, especially someone who's a lore wizard, you would just know that. You don't have to roll for that or anything.
Okay. So this is going to be thunder damage on this one.
All right. Give me them hits.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
17 hits. The other ones do not.
Okay. He's got to make a constitution or a concentration.
That is true. Doesn't have. I got a 6, so confusion it drops
Yes.
on you, Aja. She like wobbles in the air, and she gets hit by the thunder damage. And just glares at you, Alistair, and it's like, "You're next."
All right. You can try. Just like bleeding from every orifice, beard slightly on fire.
All right, Aja, it is your turn.
Should I roll a d10?
No, you're
Nope.
good now.
Oh,
It
okay.
dropped.
So she's floating in the air. Does that mean I can see her over these barrels?
Yes. She can see you, and you can see her. I think she's still within 60 feet. Yep. So as long as you have sharpshooter, you are good. As far as not attacking with this disadvantage.
I am going to move slightly away from Nessa, so I'm not in an AoE range.
$15 is what you need. There's no sneak, of course, because there's no one next to her. Well, you do hit her with that.
I'm going to hit her again, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Damn, these 10s! Cutting through.
Oof.
Alright. Got any, anywhere else? I think you still have some movement left, so anywhere else you want to go?
I'm going to stay there.
Alright. Quality control specialist. Here we go. What can he do? What he do? He will.
Hit me.
So he is floating on down too, but his mastery of this spell is not as he's not as adept as his boss. So he is also floating, but he is, while she is 20 feet up, he is only 10 feet up from the ground. The bottom ground, sorry, the base where you guys are at. And he's going to target Slizik.
Try it.
He's going to try. He is going to use, what can he do?
Not much, because I'm fucking awesome right now.
Alright. He is going to cast Witch Bolt on you.
Oh, okay.
Wait, which
Rather he
bolt?
didn't. Yeah, which
It's
bolt?
for lightning damage.
I am resistant to that.
Oh wait, yeah, because you're a dragonborn, right? He would know
He
that. Doesn't
know that.
You're bronze.
What?
You're a bronze dragonborn. They know that.
Okay,
It's a
fair
racial
enough.
thing. Like your armor, they don't know that. That has them confused.
Okay.
So he wouldn't do that. What he would, man, he literally has lightning, thunder, and frost damage, and just all
Yeah,
that
I'm
shit.
super fucking awesome.
So
Nathan, if you haven't
he
realized,
would just do Witch Bolt anyway, because that's all he's got. Like he has that
Yeah.
and a Lightning Bolt, and a Lightning Bolt makes things go on fire too. So
Yeah, do it. Get at me.
all right. Man, this spell is so long. 12 to hit. So you're probably good.
Oh, what was it, sir?
12 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely not. I shrug it off.
Yeah, it doesn't even connect. It just hits the ground next to you.
Just laughing maniacally.
Okay, Nessa, what should you do? She is just gonna move, like, because she's sort of like in this invisible, sort of hidden state, so you guys can't even really see her either, unless you concentrate on where she is. For some reason, you seem to know where she's moving around the battlefield, due to her voice, but to actually see her, you have to like, concentrate on where you think the sound's coming from, and you can sort of make her out. But she's just gonna hold up behind this box, like put her back to it, and slump down. So she's like kind of like almost sitting now, but it's mostly to get out of line of sight of the manager. And she will cast Healing Word onto Anastasia.
Cool. All right.
She is refusing to cast it on you. She is refusing to cast it on you. She looks at you while she does it too.
Why?
You blew her up.
Did you know something that we didn't?
Yeah, no
Get 6
shit.
health back. Man, she's rolling ones on all these.
How
Anastasia.
about this magic stinky powder?
We literally had no idea.
All right. 6. Sorry, she's rolling. She's rolling low on the heels. All right, but it's your turn, Anastasia.
Okay.
Do it big.
I'm going to do something possibly incredibly stupid
That's what I like to hear.
Let's make more fire.
Incredibly awesome. You're
That
not
was
wrong
genuine,
about that.
by the way.
You're not wrong about that. Anastasia pulls out a javelin and walks into the fire.
Yes.
All right, and when you enter the fire, let me take 1d6.
Fucking cool image, though. Oh,
One of a duck.
man.
Fire off a duck's feather.
She casts Searing Smite on her javelin and throws it at the tiefling.
Yeah, boy.
All right, put Searing Smite in there. If you have a description of the spell too, the wording is more important than what it actually does.
Oh, it didn't do it.
It's a checkbox in Roll20, but
Oh no, it's melee weapons only.
Shit.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Yeah, it's a melee weapon attack. Damn, that would have been
Well,
good.
fuck it. I'm in fire and I'm wielding a javelin. I imagine I can set it on fire before
Yeah.
throwing it.
For the purposes of this, I will allow it.
Really cool.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, so how the spell works is when you hit the creature, the weapon flares with intensity. So you do not get exploded. The fire only ignites when it's about to hit the target.
Well, it doesn't matter. I can't do it on a ranged attack anyway. So I'm just throwing a fiery javelin at her
Okay.
face.
So it does hit. Oof. Yeah.
And hopefully ignites the air around her.
It does not. She appears to be, maybe if it was more fire, but she's like kind of out of because the haze is sort of on the lower portion of the warehouse, and she's sort of floating above it.
True enough.
So if it was a if it was something that actually did fire damage, it would have been enough to ignite the gunpowder, but because it wasn't, it was merely for flavor's sake.
So what you're saying is that if I threw another fiery javelin at the boxes, it would work?
Probably.
Well, let's do that then.
Well, I would love this to work, but how do you light like a treated wood on fire?
I don't know,
10
the
misses
air.
your target though. And let's say it does ignite the gunpowder, but it is off where you intended, and so it is less damage. It is 4d6, and she has the opportunity to make the save still. Yep. Their names are weird because their stat blocks are from Prince of the Apocalypse. So it's like, oh, well, that's Constitution. Whoop. Okay, yeah, she succeeds, so she takes 2d6 damage.
Is she knocked down at all?
She's still flying.
Is like her spell to fly concentration
You don't know
or
that.
something?
You don't know how it's working, man.
I don't, but do I see her fall down or?
She's
Over here.
Unsteady on her feet once again, but she is still flying.
Okay.
All right, and you move behind there. Selzik, it is your turn.
Okay.
Now, she is probably beyond, even with your if you take a running jump, probably beyond how high she is. Up,
well,
but
can I run and jump off of this box? So
I imagine that would be an acrobatics check to succeed.
I imagine like my maul being not quite as tall as me, maybe 6 feet tall. I'm 7 feet tall. So if I can get 6 feet of
to build up enough speed, I will need athletics, and to make the jump, you will need acrobatics.
Oh jeez.
Yes. You also have an advantage being enraged, but we're not even going to mention that. So you're just like, boom, man, you are Usain Bolt for a brief moment.
Oh, I am in my fucking element right now. This shit is mine. I run towards this box and try and launch
because
myself.
you did so well in the athletics, your DC for the acrobatics is reduced. Now,
okay.
I forgot you still have the -4, but
I do.
It is still reduced. So let's see that roll. All right.
Shit. I just need enough.
So you manage to. I'll let you make the attack. But the first one you make is with disadvantage. I'm assuming Rex is attacking.
Yes.
Okay. So he cast Vicious Mockery on you. So normally it would be disadvantage, but your Rex is attacking, so it's normal. But because you rolled poorly in acrobatics, your first one will be at disadvantage. Your second one will be at normal.
Okay, cool.
Because you're at an odd angle for your low acrobatics.
Into the air. I try and smite his ass. Let's see here. Oh.
Well, you have another one that is normal.
The duality of Dragonborn.
Do I have advantage on this one?
No, it's just a straight roll.
Okay.
If you were not reckless attacking, it'd be a disadvantage. Yep, that is a hit. Ooh. And she is obliterated. You hit her,
yes!
You essentially hit her legs, and you just shatter every bone in her knee from the knee down.
I want to keep her alive.
So she just falls, though. So she's dead and she falls. So she just takes damage from falling, but it's not enough to kill her. But you see her she's bleeding out. So she will need medical attention on next turn. Essentially, if no one gets her next turn, she will die because she failed.
Oh shit.
She got 2 death saving fails because she fell 20 feet. So that's her turn. That's on her turn. She takes that. So
this is an elevator, right?
Yes, but the crank is here. So
sure, I'm just going to use my movement to get on top of it.
Okay.
It's not. I know it's on the ground level, but that's just what I'm doing for this turn. Oh man, this is my shit right now.
All right, Alistair.
Okay.
I yell out, someone! She's gonna die! Save her!
Okay, what kind? 1, 2,
When you enter the flames,
6. Yep.
you take 1d6. They are beginning to spread now too, so they are bigger.
Okay, yeah. Oof. I'm at 10.
Yeah, you're in a rough spot.
Not great. Against any kind of good judgment, I don't. So I can't actually, I can't spare the dying from here.
No, you have to be up close unless you're specting that cleric.
No, I'm not a grave cleric. So that means I'm gonna have to healing word her, I guess. I will.
You do know that healing word will not repair all the her shattered lower half.
Will it keep her alive?
It will keep her alive.
That's fine.
Okay. I'll bonus action. All right. I'll healing word. So let me just go ahead and roll that.
You literally did. She had what did she had 10 health left, and you did with your +2. You did.
I gave her minimum.
Yeah, your extra +2. You did 20 damage to someone, so you did double her remaining health. So you shattered all of her leg, her knee down, just pulverized. It's mush. Yeah. I forgot you're that garbage guy who has a minimum requirement to be a cleric. I forgot.
Hey.
I think he's doing very well.
So she has 2 health. She gasps, but she begins just screaming in pain because.
That's fine.
I'll say to her, don't fight this. Oh, no, I am.
If you had said don't move, she would respond, where would I go, fuckface?
Okay.
No, just don't try it.
Yeah, she is. She is just screaming in pain. These workers are freaking out. The fire's getting closer. Their mander went down. These people are beating them. The people beating them are freaking out now too. Everyone's freaking out.
This is fucking awesome.
Quick question. So is there a lot of a lot of ash or a lot of gunpowder and shit? Is it burned up in this area?
Around you, yes. You cannot create another fireball on yourself.
Okay, good.
Now, as soon as it leaves this area, there might be a secondary explosion.
Yeah, I was gonna say there should be. Yeah.
So it might, just due to the radius, will still hit you and Anastasia.
Okay, but that'll probably, when it hits, I'll probably get her in the blast zone. So I don't want to do that. Damn, I can't alchemical cast cantrips. So, I can't. Oh, I guess I'll just drink my healing potion for an action.
Sounds good.
What is
if you have movement left, you also might want to move out of the fire.
I used all my movement.
Okay, because the flames are burning hotter now, and there might be more damage.
Oh man!
It won't. It's not a D10. It's a D8. It goes up.
Oh shit!
Let's hope I do good. So what's that healing potion again?
It's a 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Oof.
Come on, baby.
Oh, that's really good.
8.
That's all right. And that's my turn.
All right, Aja.
All right, I'm going to shift over. Here, and then go for the quality control specialist.
Ooh, okay, yeah, 6, okay. He's hurt. He is unsteady on his feet.
I'm gonna go for him again.
Proverbially. Okay, so you think if you had hit him again, he would have fallen. But because you only hit him once, he managed to maintain control. So he alights once again.
So I'll just call out, "Get him, Slizzick."
I'm on it.
And he says, what does he have left? You guys
Fucking
fucked him. He's got none of them. Like, Slizzick is really building this. I forgot Slizzick is resistant to everything this boy can do.
yeah,
so.
I'm super good.
Okay, so he's just going to Ray of Frost you, Aja, on his turn. 19 to hit for 15 cold.
Does he see? Oh, he's floating. Right.
Yeah, he's floating. He's still 10 feet
Well,
up.
I'm going to uncanny dodge that.
7 damage. You guys don't see Nessa for a bit, and then she comes like she's like ghosting almost. So if you bothered to look, you don't see her, and then she's like on top of this crate, and then she's like on top of this crate, and then she's here, and she's like kind of like blinking in and out.
That's fucking cool.
And she's moving next to the manager who's on her.
Mr. Manager.
Yeah, who's like writhing on the ground in pain. That's her turn. Anastasia.
How high up is quality control specialist?
About 10 feet.
Would I be able to hit him?
Give me an athletics for the jump. It's a low DC, but you'll need to do... Well, you need to... If you have enough movement to get to them first. You got 6 squares.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So she
Give me
walks over
that athletics,
this
because...
way.
Yeah.
And on the way, steps on the manager's broken leg.
Alright.
Totally accidentally.
She might take some damage.
Damn it. Still up.
And she is not still up, because he healed for 2.
God damn it.
She doesn't die, she passes out from the pain.
Okay, good.
And Nessa's like...
That's fine.
Nessa's like about to question him, starts like cursing in Elvish as Anastasia just like grinds her heel into her mangled legs.
After she swings, which is now, I guess.
That is a miss. Yes, that is a miss. Is rebuffed by his repelled by his mage armor, so it bounces off of him.
There's the second one.
That is a hit.
Ooh,
Oof, double sixes.
that's really good.
All right. Anything else you want to do? Bonus action?
No, she will look over to the manager and say sorry as she lands.
You hear Nessa say something like amateurs under her breath, if you understood Elvish, but that's what she's saying.
She said what?
She said something in Elvish. It's for those that can understand it, it's like amateurs. Because she has been blown up, the person you're supposed to capture has been killed twice.
Still alive.
Nessa's going to have to intervene to save this person's life, let's put it that way. Or Alistair can once again do it. Slizzick, your turn.
So she's only 10 feet up. I could easily reach her, right?
Yeah. Just give me the athletics to do that. There's a chance you might trip. So just do the athletics to see.
Trip? What? I'm just walking.
You gotta make a 3-foot high jump.
Where am I jumping?
To hit the quality
Is this
control
thing up
specialist. This elevator's on the ground floor.
So I'm 7 foot tall, and my
Yeah.
mall is 6 foot tall.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
I mean,
You're
that's
good
how
then.
I picture it personally. Like it's a massive mall.
You should be
Well,
good then.
Even if it's 4 foot tall, I should be able to like. I leave it up to you. I picture it as this massive mall, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
isn't it a massive like two-handed thing?
Well, the thing is, you're trying to hit them at the arc, not. You're trying to hit them. You're trying to get a full arc to attack. is why.
That's
So
fair.
you can hit them, but it'll like, because it's hitting at the top of the arc, you won't be a lot of damage behind it.
Sure. I'll
It's
jump
a
up
super
in
low
athletics.
DC, because like I said, it's only like 3 feet you're jumping. Yeah, you're good.
Oop.
It was a 12.
And yeah, I'll just kind of.
You also have advantage on
Swipe at
those too, because you're raging, but
I'll also reckless attack and great weapon master.
okay. So I'm gonna say I forgot.
Oh!
Yeah, how do you want to do it?
Oh my god! I want to jump up and just take him down with a swing of my maul, and then as he's on the ground, I want to channel the aura of electricity around me into my hands, and I want to choke him to death with my electric hands.
Okay, so let me paint the picture for you. When you jump up, your eyes are like level with his crotch, essentially.
Yeah.
Because you didn't roll very high, so that's how high you get essentially. And so you're is it overhead or is it like horizontal?
Yeah, like I take him down with like an overhead attack that takes him to the ground, and while he's on the ground, I just channel my aura into my hands and choke him out with electric hands, pretty much.
All right. Yeah, so his skin around his neck begins like to blacken and peel away, and your fingers are like your claws, even because you're dragging more, so like starting to sink into his neck, and then when you eventually reach his spine, he is dead.
Oh, I'm hard right now. This is the best.
And he is dead. Nessa is quickly healing the manager, or at least stabilizing them.
I'm literally Slizik is laughing right now. Yes, please.
I want to go over and offer Slizik something from my water skin, just so
I feel like he's
celebrate.
And she's like, "Well, that didn't exactly go to plan, but
that was the best case scenario. That was the best thing to have happened to me. This was therapy.
Place is on
Guys,
fire.
let's never do more than minimal planning ever again.
Yeah, let's take this person. I have a secondary place we can interview/interrogate them at. So let's go there instead of this place
is definitely
on fire.
I want to ask Anastasia, what are you talking about? These staffs?
Yeah, they're magical staves. Look, they were casting fireball.
Do we see any around us?
Surely these
So
are
the
reagents
conveyor
for the
belt
spell.
was like, you guys are actually around the conveyor belt, but sort of in the commotion, things have gotten to shit, and a lot of stuff is like broken, and there's been a lot of fire and dead bodies, and
is there even like just like a crate or like even one gun?
Yeah, can we look for an intact one?
Anything.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
This is so fucking cool. Thank you, Alistair. This is badass.
All part of the plan, of course.
So you do not have an advantage.
I don't have advantage. No.
So you managed to find 3 that you think are intact collectively. Nice. This will be actually per person. So Alistair, you find 1 you think is intact. Aja, you think you find 1 is intact. So it's like all the ones you got are broken. As in the barrel is snapped in twain.
Destroyed, yeah. This place is burning down.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'll pick up Mr. Manager and put him on my shoulder. Let's go.
All right.
We fucking hightail it, baby.
Yep.
Nessa, do you have that spell to distract us? Or to,
I think there's a big enough distraction behind us, is what she said.
Not to distract, like to veil us, our appearance.
Oh, yes. And she begins singing. And so when she sings, you're asking for her to transform your appearance, right? And so basically what you guys begin to look like is a bunch of dock workers or warehouse workers, and the person you're carrying, the manager, is like a drunk friend almost that you're sort of helping, in between 2 of you, sort of situation.
So Aja's eyes are wild, and she's like, "That was fucking awesome."
And then as you take
Yeah,
another step,
buddy.
people are like freaking out. You see some people like it's still nighttime. People are like rushing toward. You see like a fire brigade or something trying to rush towards to put out the the blaze. But as their efforts are futile, and Nessa sort of like as you get far enough away, Nessa like winks at you guys, and then the whole thing explodes.
Oh shit! I am like, Slizik is doing a jig. This is one of the best days of his life.
And yeah, so you guys take this manager to a place that Nessa has designated to you guys. It is not the safe house that you guys have been in, but it's like another sort of like sort of secure location. And there's some beds in here for you guys to rest in, and but there's also like a central room, and you can try to interrogate this person here if you want, or just try to tie them up and take a rest and wait till later. Totally up to you
Alistair's
guys.
pretty rough right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Alistair, are you all right?
a lot of you guys are pretty rough right now.
I've been better. Just,
Maybe take a bit of a breather and we can handle this guy, unless you want to join in later.
yeah, a breather sounds. If you insist.
Leave it with us, trust me.
I am a little bit nice and broiled.
You see that through the use of presentation, Nessa is no longer covered in soot and grime and whatnot.
Nessa, are you able to help out our friend here? I point to Alistair.
Oh, you mean the person that blew us all up?
Well, what was that? What happened?
Well, I don't know. But I don't start casting fire in a room filled with particles that might or might
And
not.
what?
How would you possibly?
I don't know.
ever
There's dust in the
what-
air. Things explode.
Do they?
Do things just explode?
You're aware of flammable particles.
No!
Like
You mean you didn't mean to do it? Alistair, I'm so
I thought that
disappointed.
Yeah, I thought that was all on you. That was really cool.
and just get some rest. She
Thank
just
you.
sighs and
That
she's like,
sigh.
just get some rest. Hopefully that'll take care of it. She does begin singing though when you guys sleep, so you get like no matter what you do, you sort of like get an improved rest because she's singing.
Excellent. Those are some pretty sweet moves there, Anastasia.
Thanks. Try to impress. Maybe you learned something along the way.
That's my reaction.
Yeah, she
I
just
guess-
had a shitty grin.
Oh, if you're doing a long rest, then you're good.
Oh,
Like, are you guys long resting or are you short resting?
Are we? Like, I picture us interrogating this guy while Alistair rests, but we could take a rest and let him sweat for
Yeah.
a bit.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would take like, let's like have like watches where we,
I could watch. I'm literally fine. I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you would need to sleep lest you want a point of exhaustion
Oh, right.
because you guys have been up all night.
Well, I'll take the first watch then. Or whatever the shittiest watch is. I imagine the first watch would be kind of the crappiest.
Nessa is going to say that she has put the manager to sleep, so she won't wake up until I want her to.
I'll just keep an eye on the door more so. Like we've done some shit in the last couple of days. I feel like it's prudent to keep a watch out.
Before we go to Sleepy Buys, I do want to try and I want to pop on these eyes of my new town. I'll put on my spectacles and I'll cast guidance on myself, and I want to examine this device that I picked up.
All right, give me an investigation check.
with advantage for eyes of minute.
Yes.
22, and then D4.
All right. What are you trying to find out specifically?
I want to find out like how it works, and perhaps if I can possibly, if I figure out that it is a projectile-based weapon, I would also, if I can figure out the explosive force, like I want to be able to get like a rough ballistics, like what's
All right.
effective
So
range.
you think you're not certain about that because gunpowder is a new thing to you.
Okay.
That's out of character. But you don't have the ammunition. But it looks like because the tube is hollow, it does look like it fires some sort of projectile. Like it wouldn't if it was magical. Why make it hollow? Essentially, there's no need to. But as far as where you load it, it doesn't look like there's a way to separate the stock from the barrel in any way. So you probably front load it along with that black substance. You think that probably, you're not sure exactly how it works, but it probably is the fuel to help propel this weapon. This is the projectile. Because you remember seeing puffs of black smoke whenever they shot at you previously in the forest.
Okay. All right, and with that, I'll go to sleep.
But I don't think you guys managed to recover any ammunition or gunpowder, so that's why you sort of don't know.
Okay. Well, if we have any, would it be feasible that there would be gunpowder like in the grooves of our footwear?
Or armor or anything?
Yeah, but you need to carefully extract it, and that would need a sleight of hand check just for or a dex check.
Is it Aja?
Yes.
Would you mind? Actually, everyone gather round.
Aye.
Would you be able to very carefully extract all this black powder? Careful not to get any contaminants or sneeze or anything.
Or use fire,
I want to look at this stuff.
is what Nessa says.
Okay, enough out of you, okay?
As if you knew.
You cannot gather any from Nessa because she has prestidigitation to clean herself. So she is free of all debris, particulate, that sort of thing.
I have like a fur trimmed armor. There's probably plenty cotton in there.
Yeah, so
Right,
just give me a. This isn't either sleight of hand or dexterity check, whatever you want. Not so much trying to conceal your movements, but the precision required is why you're rolling sleight of hand.
I'll give her guidance for that.
Yeah, so you think you're not certain, but out of character, you're able enough. If you had ammunition, you're able to get enough for probably 3 rounds, but you're not certain. Essentially, the amount you get some, but you're not certain.
And I'll just like, we have like glass vials that I.
Well, you just downed a healing potion, so you got an empty one right there.
Okay. I'll prestidigitation to clean out the healing potion and get like all that in there, just so we have it like nice and secure. And then I go to bed.
All right. So you guys, essentially, if you're doing a long rest, because of Nessa scene, you guys get 5 temporary HP, which will last for the next day.
Sweet.
Or until you get hit and use it.
The last how long, sorry?
Temp HP usually lasts until the next long rest.
Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, well, we wake up. I mean, Do we go to the Queen of Hearts now?
I
What's
was going
our
to question this
plan?
person.
Oh, right. Yeah, let's question this person. Some enhanced interrogation.
All right. So I guess we'll wake her up with a nice cold splash of water to the face.
Damn it! This is the second game where we torture people.
So she does not wake up to that.
Damn it!
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Yeah.
She doesn't wake up. Nessa told you she put her to sleep, and she won't wake up until
I slap her.
nothing happens.
Damn it! Now I'm just
Nessa
mad.
sighs and goes in front of her and just snaps, and then she like wakes up.
I throw a bucket of water in her face.
So right as she wakes up, she's like, "What?" And then sploosh, and she's like, "Whoa." She's like sputtering through the water, and she's like, "Whoa, where am I? What's going on?"
Good of you to finally join us.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so I don't know if you're aware of this.
Do you know what you've done?
Yeah.
The King of Clubs will have your heads.
Are you aware who you're working for and what they've done?
Yeah, the King of Clubs.
No.
Maybe you heard of him. Kind of a big
No.
deal.
Is he though?
Okay, so you haven't never gotten to the like real nitty gritty details of like what I saw when I saw the city in flames and like the horrors of what was done to the people there. But at this moment, I would like to relay all of that to this person and really like just really guilt trip them and then into feeling like just
Okay. So this is a hardened criminal, so you're going to need a pretty high persuasion, intimidation, something.
oh, that's not
Check.
okay.
Can I assist him?
Yeah, you guys can. But how do you assist?
With my sweet muscles, dude.
Just behind him flexing in those Arnold poses?
No, I say, if you don't tell us what we need to know, trust me, the last moments you spend in life are going to be pure agony.
Oh!
All right.
Yeah.
So she does seem somewhat cowed by both Slizik's threats and your description of what happened
Jeez.
to Bryn.
What a... Oh, man.
Thanks
A
for
1
that,
minute 20, dude. Holy fuck.
Really
Appreciate that.
Russian roulette over here.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I just work for the King of Clubs. I don't know anything about any of that. I just manage this warehouse, one warehouse.
What exactly do these? Oh, sorry, I'm doing closing. What exactly do these weapons do? How do they work?
She says, well, I don't really know. We're not allowed to handle the merchandise.
Get that food out of your mouth.
Get the starburst out of your mouth. God damn it.
They're
Who
so
let him
good.
have that? Damn it, Anjo. Why'd you let him have a starburst?
But she said, we're not allowed to handle the merchandise, but, I mean, it doesn't mean you're curious sometimes and you try to figure out how things work. And so, as far as I can tell, it's some sort of, it launched some this iron ball projectile, using this black powder as a propellant. And you just aim down the sights like you would a crossbow, and you pull the trigger like a crossbow. The recoil is different though.
And you make it this warehouse, or
Yeah, we make it, package it, ship it out.
how do you make this explosive dust?
We don't make that. We just
Where
get that.
is it made? Where? From where?
King Clubs.
Does he have a plant or a manufacturing plant or something nearby? How do you get it?
I don't know. It just
What do
arrives.
you mean?
And we're supposed
You're
to
the
package it
manager.
separately from the weapons and ship it to the same spot.
The spot. Where is the spot?
Well, we get the docks. It goes on an unmarked ship, and it goes down the river.
Sorry,
shoot.
he was saying he unloads it on a ship and it goes
Yeah,
down
so
the river, or they
bas-
pick it up.
once they package it, basically this is just they make the weapons on site, but they receive the gunpowder separately. But they package them separately, but they're in the same shipment, as it were. And they move it to the docks. It's loaded on and it's loaded on an unmarked ship, and it goes down the Silver Strand. That's all I know.
Who is in charge of making these weapons? You had a master smith or something?
No, they just. I mean, there were blueprints there, but they're probably not there anymore.
Shit.
And who were your contacts? Who'd you sell to?
I don't know.
I smack him.
And she says, I don't know. I just manage the workshop. I mean, the warehouse.
You're saying you're the manager. You didn't know where it came from. You don't know who you sold it to. You don't know how it was made.
Well, you know how these merchant kings work.
No, I do not. I steal from them, not work for them.
They don't. There's a need to know basis. If you don't need to know, you don't know.
How about this? Does the King of Clubs have a certain call and response passphrase?
I don't know.
I smack him again.
I don't know.
I smack him again.
Stop. He's beating this poor tiefling woman.
Can I insight to see if she is bullshitting?
Yeah.
So
your mind's a -4, plus you're
that big-
already -2. Okay. Oh, you're actually doing pretty well. Still 12. Aja, they appear to be telling you the truth. They are still cowed by Alistair's and Slizik's intimidation. Slizik, you don't get any of this. That you think they're
Anna
just
picks
telling.
up.
Oh, sorry, Anna. My apologies.
Yeah.
Slizik, you don't get any of that.
It's all good.
Sorry, literally your names are one letter off. So.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to.
I was, but I read it as Anna. But
Can I take up my maul and squish one of her feet? Or his feet?
her feet, you mean
Her feet.
she has, it's just numb down there, so like she has no more feeling because it's all gone.
Where does she have feeling?
Gotta go knees up.
I'll tell you something. There's nothing more in my life right now that I'd rather do than just smash up all your appendages. However, you're in
You already
the
did that.
privileged
There's no need.
position.
I need those to do
You
stuff.
are in the privileged position of having some information that we desperately need, and I feel like you're not being completely forthright with us.
No, please. I haven't lied. I want to live.
I'm just gonna start like kind of, you know how batters do like practice swings?
Oh,
I'm going to
man.
practice swing at his arm, or her arm rather. So, as I'm swinging, kind of like
She's like I'm assuming she's tied up to a chair. She's trying to
Yes.
lean away from you, Slizzik.
You don't know swing where it's going, how it's made.
I'll do like the
No, I didn't. I said I know how it's made. We follow the blueprint. We follow the blueprint. That's now burned up.
Sorry, Alistair, what's up?
No, I was saying I'm doing the good cop thing of like
Yes.
no, he's control yourself.
I don't know if I can. Look at that juicy arm meat, just waiting to be smashed.
Just tell him how you remember the process, for God's sake. For your sake, remember the process. You've done this day in and day out. Surely you remember something about your job.
So I mean, I don't know. So the projectile is an iron ball. It's a, you just, it's something made, you got like a, I forget the term. There's a I forget the term. Essentially just like a baking pan, but for like metal, like a muffin baking pan, but it's like,
Sure.
so you just pour
Like
you just pour the metal in there when it's
Like
liquid.
A
A
mold?
cast.
A mold, yeah, it's a cast. It's
Yeah.
like just a cast for the projectile, the balls. And same thing for everything else. It's a mold, and then it's a cast, and then we hollow it out with the tube out, metal tube with a specialized tool, and then we attach the firing mechanism that ignites the black powder, and we do that last after we attach the stock to the barrel.
I'm gonna make it looks like a real swing at her arm, but I'm gonna catch it right before it connects.
I'm gonna write down everything that she's.
Yeah, good idea.
Is
And
she
I'll just ask-
bullshitting us?
Is there no one that knows the blueprints? There's no one that could recreate these without the blueprints. Your
Well,
head
we're
smith.
supposed to have some people. The people they told me that is it tomorrow?
What's up, sorry?
She's asking, is it tomorrow? Like from when you guys attacked. We're supposed to have
What's
some fancy folk come by. They're the ones that contracted us to build this. They might know.
Oh, they won't be coming by now that it's burned down, I'm sure.
Yeah. And everyone there's probably dead.
Yeah, they're super dead. Made sure of that. So
Can
you
you-
have to have met a higher up. You had to have been promoted. You had to have met one of these higher ups at some point outside of this warehouse. Where was it?
Well, she says the person that appointed me did so. She says I didn't meet them. They did so through a magically sort of sealed note.
You're a smart woman. You must have heard rumors. You must have picked up on things. Where does the king of clubs make his court?
I don't know. I mean, he controls the warehouse district. It might be in one of the warehouses.
Is she lying? Does she know?
You can insight. She does not know.
Oh, that's a really good roll. Oh, jeez. I mean, we can't.
Can't what?
So far, the information you've given us is not worth sparing your life.
No,
I'll be
please.
frank.
I know stuff. I know a lot of stuff.
I'll just put my arms.
Slizik, don't.
In one
She's just-
second. I'll put my arms on either side. I'm assuming her arms are strapped into like a chair.
Yeah,
you know?
the arms of the chair.
Yeah, I'll put my arms on either side and just lean right into her face. Now is the time. If you have any last thing to say that might save your worthless life, now would be the time to say it. And I'm just gonna line up her head with my maul.
You could use a mint.
Like a fucking golf ball.
Yup.
She says
Yup.
she says you could use a breath mint.
What?
I mean, I just noticed you're real close. And
Smushed. She's smushed.
Oh no, I have to try and save her.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Damn it!
a
Reckless.
13
I
is
can't
not
reckless
good enough to
attack
hit her.
Yeah, how do I admit? Do I have advantage because he's in a
She
chair
literally
or
like
restrained?
she sees you coming and she like she's like
She is
she like just,
restrained. Don't I?
she just moves all of her body weight to one side and like gets out of the way. So you just like break all the legs of the chair.
Don't I have it? She's restrained.
Yeah, she literally just threw all of her weight to the side.
Also,
Okay.
I think they said Anastasia is like trying to stop this.
Oh,
thing.
sure.
Yeah, she's just like bodying Slizik right now.
Yeah, well, she
Well,
still does
sure.
that. She's on the floor now.
Well, since she's kind of compromised now, I'm gonna go up to her with some tools from my forgery kit and say, well, this has opened other things before, maybe it'll open your fucking mouth.
Ah!
I'm gonna grab one of her hands and start going under one of the nail beds.
Yes,
Oh,
yes!
Yeah,
here
she's
we
like
go.
crying. Please no.
Every game.
I can't help it.
Nessa's like looking you guys, and she just keeps on like shaking her head, saying,
I'm
she's
pinned
just
under
doing the
her
sigh.
right now,
She's just
so.
shaking her head and sighing.
Talk.
What do you want to know? Stop!
You said you know things. Talk.
What do you want to know?
I suggest you start spouting off everything that you ever thought was useful for us to know in this situation.
Okay, about 3 months back, I get a letter that is sealed that I have to sort of put my blood on to open it, and it
Sorry,
says,
can I interrupt real quick?
yeah.
Anna's going to go over to the chair and sort of pick it up and put the girl back down, like sitting.
And it says, "Congratulations, you have been selected to head up this our future endeavors in weapons production at this new warehouse. Congratulations!" And I'm like, "Yay! It's a promotion, cool!" And so I go there, and it's this new weapon, and it smells really bad, and it's real dusty and hazy, and I'm told not to like wear metal or use metal. Or anything that can make a spark, or anything that can make fire happen, and to be really careful, because if not, things will explode and everyone will die. And I'm just told to follow this blueprint and use the tools they provide for us, make sure all the workers are in line, make sure they don't talk about what they're doing. I'm told that after I receive shipments of some supplies, in addition to the raw materials that we're making the weapons with, we are to package them separately but ship them to the same place, the docks. And then I'm supposed to set them down in a sort of staging area down there that people know belongs to the that people won't really bother, sort of nondescript. And then it goes on an unmarked ship down the Silver Strand. That's all I know.
Was there anything identifying from where this letter came?
It was like it was
Any
handwriting by.
symbols?
I didn't recognize it. It just had the club. That's how you know it's from him. No one else in the city would be so dumb as to use a merchant king or queen symbol.
Should we
Anna's going to
look for
go up. Anna's going to go up to her and say, "I'm going to do something in a little bit. You're going to feel a little feeling wash over you. I want you not to resist it, because if you do, I'll know. And if you want a chance of getting out of here alive from these maniacs, you'll
Well,
do
thank
as I
you.
say,
Well, thank you.
right?"
Yes.
I just kind of, as it says maniac, I'm banging my maul in my hand menacingly.
I make a really threatening smell with prestidigitation.
Smells like
What does that mean?
bad egg.
It's like black mold and like.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want? What I want to live. I like living's great.
Just
Right?
just do what I say, and speak when I ask you questions.
Okay.
So Anastasia starts off in a bit of a prayer. Sort of there's some rhymes to it. I don't have the words right now, but I'll work on that later. With Arya as my witness, boom, zone of truth.
Ooh.
Now, is she going to try and resist?
Feels tingly.
My brain. It's tingling.
That's a good feeling. It's the feeling of Arya. The All Mother's love.
She makes a face at that. Yeah.
All right. So, first question. How much of what you just told us is true?
Everything.
Okay, good. Was there anything that you held out from us?
I don't think so. She's trying real hard to remember.
What's one other piece of information relevant to all of this that you haven't mentioned yet?
She's trying to think. And she says, "Oh, the King of Clubs said, the letter said that they will be."
Met with the King of Clubs?
No, sorry. She said the letter said that if all goes well, the King of Clubs, his forces will be using this weapon in the future.
Sorry, you cut out. Say that again.
She said that eventually the King of Clubs will be using his weapons in the future.
We encountered these, right? When we were running across the river that one time?
Some of you got shot.
I just wanted to double check. Yeah.
Okay. And knowing that, because you complied generously and graciously, are you going to even try to make it out of the city before the King of Clubs comes for you? Because I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to leave. I think it's better to not be here.
How much gold will you need to survive for a month?
She says, well, if I get back to my place, I have some squirreled away.
Do I know, like, just as a pirate, like, I know generally sailors know of boats going in and out. Would I be able to know of, like, a boat taking on sailors that I could send this person on?
Yeah, you might have some connections with some groups. Definitely not, reputable. Like, they're kind of shady. But
Sure. There's a boat leaving 8 o'clock tomorrow. You're going to be on it.
That sounds great.
Talk to Drax and
Okay.
he'll be able to help you out.
And don't go to your house.
Here. How much did she say?
I'm going to bundle up 50 gold pieces and just hand it to her.
Alright, her eyes go wide at that.
Listen to me. This is a second chance given to you by nothing other than the grace of the All-Mother, and you're not going to squander it. You might not think it, but you're worth saving.
Yes, I feel Arya's blessing. It's tangible. Oh, no, wait, she can't lie. So she says, yes. She says, I will definitely try my best.
I'm going to cut the ropes that are binding her.
Now, you wouldn't go to the constables, would you? The police, whatever the fuck it is in fantasy terms.
She laughs. Who would I go to?
Oh, just
Rydal doesn't have police. So it's like,
never mind.
Each merchant king sort of maintains their own private security force / army, and they uphold the peace in their territories. But other than that, it's pretty lawless.
It's like a beautiful libertarian utopia.
Commentary. Yeah, I wouldn't say that then. I just let her run off. With the bundle from...
Are we not going to turn her over?
To who?
To the...
Queen?
Yeah. The Queen of Hearts.
What is she gonna do with her?
I don't know. It could be in our favor to do so. I don't like this person. I don't think that they deserve a second chance.
Mercy is a virtuous thing, Alistair.
I think I deserve a second chance.
No, I don't care for your I'm just doing my job shtick.
But I was. You guys are just doing your job, right? Who do you work for? A merchant, king, or queen?
No. We actually work for the gods.
Did
you
pass the zone of truth save?
Who?
Because you are all in the zone of truth.
I mean, I guess we have to roll for it. Was it wisdom?
I believe so, right? The wisdom or charisma?
Usually.
I think it's wisdom. Most
Is it charisma?
shit.
Oh shit!
It is charisma.
God damn it!
It's not good.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yep,
so
yep.
Oh.
now you can choose not to answer, but if you speak, it has to be the truth.
Okay, I'm gonna go with what I said before. It's like, we work for the gods. Perhaps you have heard of them.
The guards?
Gods.
Oh, God, sorry.
Capital G.
I thought you said guards, like people who protect a town or something. Yeah. Yeah. I know the aspects. I occasionally go to church.
Right. Well,
And
I dare say we have the moral high ground.
I do have to admit I have a soft spot for people born into shit conditions. Not really with a choice of what to do in their lives. I think we should just let her go. In my opinion.
You wanted to smash her head into jelly.
She did insult my
Not
breath.
3 minutes ago.
She insulted my breath. That was very rude. And frankly, now that you remind me of that, I'm pretty pissed off still. What do you think of my breath again?
You got like super close to her face, though. To be fair. And
So,
your breath does
What is she-
smell like burnt cat.
it's more
and
lightning.
fish,
Okay, well, I
like
don't
burnt
see that
fish.
how- Yeah, it's delicious. Who doesn't like fish? Anyways, I think we should let her go. What do you think, Aja?
I will pull my thieves' tools out from under her nail beds.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
There the whole time.
By the way, she's being tortured.
Say,
Uh,
fine, does anyone fancy a drink at the local tavern?
Yes.
I say we can let her go, but is anyone skilled with tattooing or scarification?
Yes. Actually, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're a pirate. You probably
Pirates
like.
do tattoos and stuff, right? I have passing knowledge of it. I'm not an expert though.
What do you want to brand her?
Yes.
What the hell?
We could all.
I mean,
go
I
ahead.
kind of I don't really like fire.
Yeah.
I know it's
We could
weird.
carve it into her face.
Right. It could just be just a simple scar, or even a tattoo. If we can work that out.
Why are we doing this?
I don't think that she should get out of this scot-free. I don't. If you release her, all she's going to do is go back to the same life she's led before and get more people killed.
Look, this is a city run by villains. The police are villains. The owners are villains. What choice did she have?
Anything else? This is I don't think this entire city.
This is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. This is the Moss Eisley of.
Alistair, I firmly believe that people are molded by their what's the word?
Past?
No.
Surroundings? Environment?
Yes, people are molded by their environments, and she finds herself in a new environment. I don't think that she's going to be able to find questionable work. In fact, I dare say that she's quite done with it after today.
So you think when we send her on a pirate ship, she won't find...
Oh, that's right. I definitely did.
She
How about
won't
we ship her?
ungainly work.
I have an idea. How about we ship her up to somewhere close to the front lines?
What about Storm? We could send her
Yeah,
back
and
down.
she could be a laborer for the good cause.
I think that's a good idea.
We need every bit of help we can get.
Well, she has heard this conversation, but are you willing to kind of repent in a way? Not that I'm a big on repentance, but
Any place would be better than here currently. My current position. Any place would be better.
have you heard of Stormhold? What's it called, sir?
Stormhaven, yeah, I've heard of it. A bit hoity-toity up there.
How good are you at rock breaking?
I've never really had a reason to do it.
You sure do now. Head to Stormhaven.
Will she be able to do anything without being
She ain't got no
able to
legs,
use her
Lieutenant
legs?
Dan.
Oh, right. She's completely crippled. How about this? Can I...
Brandon is crippled or what?
Do I have a connect on the seaside here? This is Rydal. I was a pretty famous pirate. I don't think it's too crazy. Or I could roll for it.
Yeah. What are you trying to do?
Like, I have a guy like on the Rydal, harbor.
Yeah,
I have to have, right?
yeah, you got a guy. What kind of guy are you looking for though?
I'm
Like a
looking
peg
for
leg sort of guy, or like a?
Well, I'm looking for a guy that deals in both illegal and legal kind of shipping. Like he dips his toes into.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
maybe
You
a guy that like we bribe to be able to get into port.
Yeah, the
without
Port
being
Authority. Yeah,
searched.
you know some guys.
Yeah, I know a guy. So I want to, I don't think it's too crazy to say I know a guy that could set her up with a legit ship, not a pirate. Like that is heading up like that way. Is that
Can you
crazy?
get her some peg legs too?
I could, yeah, the leg situation is that's a bit of a rough one. How much would it, it'd be way too much to hire people to carry her to Stormhaven.
She could just walk.
She can't.
Oh, right.
Let me rephrase in case you forget. Her kneecaps and below are mush, so Zik obliterated them.
Yeah, definitely did. You were flying.
Send her on the next caravan. Easy as that.
Yeah, that's the
Pay
best.
for passage.
Dude, I probably know a guy for this is Rydal, and I'm a criminal.
Yeah, you got connections here.
Yeah. Look, I know a good man. Well, he's that's up for debate, but I think he's all right. He takes certain goods, we'll say, and he gets paid a premium to bring things into Stormhaven. I'm sure he could get you in as well. And we have a friend there named Alaric.
And he might be able to heal some of this damn.
Oh, we could.
Nessa does like nod when you say he might be able to repair your broken body. She does nod at that.
There's a chance that he would be able to help you out if you say that we sent you. However, there's no. He won't believe you unless we give you some sort of, we'll say, tattoo to know that we have indeed sent you. So I'm afraid.
We can cut the symbol of the sigil of
Yes.
Stormhaven into
Because
our
what other tiefling with
the tattoo and the...
what other tiefling female with obliterated lower body would be?
I mean, can we get word to Alaric?
He sends you every morning.
Oh, right. Oh, man. Damn it. I wanted to tattoo this bitch.
You can still do it.
Yeah, but not, morally.
Fuck morals.
I am a pirate. It just feels too weird. Look, there's a caravan. Here's the address. Talk to Alaric when you get to Stormhaven. He'll be able to help you out. And with the gold from Anastasia, you should be good.
So, like, just thank you. So, like, normally I think I'd be the one leaving, but I can't really.
Oh shit, that's right. I guess I'll carry you over there. You guys have a breakfast or something. I'll be right back.
Before Slizik leaves, Anna goes over to him and claps him on the shoulder and suddenly pulls him into a hug. Thanks.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
And then she squeezes really hard to flex on him.
Oh, Jesus. Why are you so... Your biceps are nothing, but you're... Ah, God damn it.
So while this is going on, Nessa's going over to this tiefling, and she's coming up and she's like all smiles, and she comes and says, "Hello," and the tiefling like responds like, "Hey," and Nessa like they have this like back and forth, like she asks for her name, and then they just do the small talk, and then like that goes on for about 30 seconds, and then Nessa's voice sort of like modulates, and she says, "Did you perhaps get a chance to study that blueprint you mentioned in any detail?" And then she says, like, she says, "Yeah." She says, "Do you think you could remember it for me?" And she says, "It's got a lot of weird stuff on it that I didn't understand." And she's, "Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Just try to remember." And when she says remember, it sort of echoes, and then her eyelids like flutter, and they sort of like close as well. And she says, "That's great, just great. Just picture it in your mind, and try to draw me what you remember." And she hands over a parchment and like a writing tool. And almost like a machine.
Torture this person.
Almost like a machine, she writes down everything that she remembers about this blueprint.
Wow.
She says,
So she
"Thanks,
was
you've been a real doll. Now when you leave this place, in about a day, I want you to forget everything. Think you can do that?" And she says, like, still in this sort of like closed eye trance-like state, she says, "Yeah." She says, "That's great. That's real great." And then when she stops talking, about a couple seconds later, her eyelids open up, and she starts looking around like, "Okay, am I going to Stormhaven?"
Yeah, I gave her the address of one of my connects that'll hook her up with a caravan going up there. I mean, Nessa, can you take her over there, or shall I?
"Yeah, I think I can. Just give me the name of the person. I can get her on board."
His name is Kern.
And
Kern.
I know she said a day, but essentially what Nessa did is she knows how long it takes to get to Stormhaven. And so she said, "You have that long, essentially, to get there and tell Alaric what you know, and then she'll be memory wiped after that," essentially, is what she said when she said forget everything. So it's actually longer than a day, but I forget that the distances I set up in my own little world.
All right. Well.
And you see Nessa just rolling up this blueprint and putting it into a tube.
Does Nessa work for the Queen of Hearts again? Sorry,
Yeah.
I completely. So what's your plan there, Nessa?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you guys want a copy too?
I think that'd be appropriate. Yeah.
she says, she does like look at it, she's like, sure, and she opens back. When she put it into her pack, there was enough space for the tube. It should be poking out, but it sort of just disappeared into it. And she reaches in there and pulls it out, and then puts another like a thinner piece of parchment over, and then she just like rubs it, and it sort of like transfers over.
Can I tell that it's, legit?
Yeah, it looks like the gun. Like as far as you can tell, it looks like you don't really understand everything that's on it, but it looks like a picture of what you have in your possession.
Well, what's the plan now, friends?
Report back to Queen of Hearts.
And then party at the tavern?
And then, yeah,
Yes.
case closed. That's what Nessa says.
Where's our friend Tweak at?
Tweak isn't really allowed. That's what Nessa says. She knows who you're talking about. It's like, isn't he really allowed in the finer establishments? Because he's kind of weird.
Sure.
So I know some places we can go that are exclusive.
I think that's a good idea, but I suppose let's go meet the boss, as it were.
Yeah. So like on the way to the Queen of Hearts is like placed that rundown sort of front. Now Nessa does like disappear on the tiefling, and then but she like rejoins you at the Queen of Hearts' sort of place.
All right, let's head in. Unless someone has something.
Nope. That's it. Unless I can. I guess I don't really have any of the equipment required to really take a look at this composition of this black powdery stuff.
Yeah, you don't have any tools to, and it's as far as you know, there's no natural substance that just explodes like that. There are some things that catch flame and burn, but definitely don't explode. Not something of this magnitude.
Would I know what sulfur smells like?
You might. Give me.
No, it's like something in Fireball, isn't it? It's like
yeah, so you might recognize the spell, but there's something else in there.
Okay.
Can you cast Fireball? But you can't cast Fireball yet, though, can you?
I can't. I don't know if any of that would like.
Yeah. If once you learn the Fireball spell, you'd be able to instantly, but you're having a hard time placing exactly what that spell is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll save it for the Queen of Hearts.
Would when she went to take the the person we captured, would I be able to say to my friends that I think our relationship with the Queen of Hearts is about to come to a pretty violent end after we take out the King of Clubs? What use does she have for us? And we have all the info, all we're witnesses.
What's this now? Is what Nessa says when she comes up.
No, that's what I was saying, is that she was taking the person that we captured, right? She did agree to take the person that we captured to the person that I supplied.
Yeah.
That's
but she comes back to this conversation you guys started.
I literally, the reason that I did it was because she was gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You can speak then.
No, it's all good. That's what I say to my friends, that I think that the Queen of Hearts is going to betray us.
Well, that's very cynical of you.
I've been in these circles for a long time.
Probably true.
I think so. I mean, I've been in these circles a long time. She has no use for us after this, and when people like that have no use for you, well, you're dead pretty much. So let's just keep your head.
It would be very fortuitous if everybody here disappeared after completing work for her, don't you think?
Yeah, it would be for her. And who's going to stop her?
Us.
There's
That's what I'm
people
saying,
that
just keep
know
your-
that you're all here.
Keep your head up is all I'm saying.
She knows that we're blessed by the gods, right? By the
She does not know that. She knows you're emissaries of Stormhaven, though.
Oh,
And you know that
Yeah,
she has
that-
maintained friendly trade relations with Stormhaven.
we should really start flexing that more often.
Yeah, that'd be super good.
Well, all right. Anastasia casts a light, and a halo appears above her head.
So when she does that, that's when Nessa appears. When you hit a light, she says, "Ooh, fancy!
Well, let's go meet.
What you guys talking about?"
Just talking about how we should go meet the queen.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like some
gotta get
people
paid,
that are
right?
blessed by the gods.
And that, yes, of course, because we are pretty dope.
All right, and so
What
you
percent of
guys.
the population do you think we are?
I'm sorry, what was that? I missed it.
That was an in-character question, and
Oh.
Amanda was asking, what percentage of the population do you think we are? Like,
You guys are pretty rich,
what?
so you're probably in the top 10% now. Like you're not.
no, I meant the blessed, not
Oh,
wealth-wise.
blended. You're not certain. As far as you know, it's you and Alaric and Tara, who's disappeared.
And these guys.
Yeah. So you
But
know
also,
of
there's others as well.
you know of
supposedly.
7 total. There might be more, but you don't know.
All I'm
Wait,
saying
no, I
is-
thought I did, because where wasn't that place that I was going where several of them gathered or
Yeah.
something? Or
No, that was out of character. So you just know you came to
Oh.
Alaric with these visions, and he said you're one of the blessed. I know some other people. You should go meet up with them.
I'm just saying we're dealing with a dangerous woman. Let's keep our head up.
well, she's dealing with dangerous people too.
The Queen of Hearts is more practical than I think give you credit for.
All right, forgot you were here. God
Yeah.
damn it. Well, let's go meet the boss, I suppose. Unless, yeah.
And so you do see Nessa, like, as she ascends the staircase, her, like, garb changes to, like, a dress.
I'm staying the same.
And you guys, once again, go through that portal at the top of the staircase. And you are, once again, transported to that sort of that room that's pleasantly warm with the sweet scent of incense burning. There's silken drapes everywhere, and there's various like lounge couches, and there's predominantly this large bed that sort of dominates it. And once again, the figure behind it is obscured by the silk sort of drapes, and she rises up when you guys approach, and she says, "Well, I see you guys have returned to me. That I've heard many things, tales of your exploits. Quite an eventful last night, wasn't it?"
A little bit. After I had deduced the nature of this black powder, it was but the obvious choice.
I think the real question that matters is whether
Oh.
you're satisfied with the results or not.
So she does key in on what when you say black patches. Oh, well, of course I am pleased with the results. The position of the King of Clubs has been significantly weakened enough that we're going to discuss how we'll deal with him in the future. Let's talk more about this powder you mentioned. you've deduced the nature of these weapons that you were looking for.
Maybe we have. It's not something we're going to spread around.
Oh. So that she says, "Oh, that's a shame. I'd be willing to pay you handsomely for such information."
You know, I know we're a bit of a different breed, but I've got the image of what it looks like when an iron pellet is accelerated to a child's skull at extraordinarily high speed, and I'm not quite sure if there's a monetary value on being able to scrub that from my brain, knowing that I've contributed to furthering more of these little scenarios.
My dear sweet Alistair, it's simply there. Everyone has a price.
So, out of character, Nessa does have a diagram, right? Like a
Yep.
blueprint. Okay, so it's pretty much. I think we're screwed on that front.
Yeah, plus we sent somebody over to Alistair Alaric to divulge the information.
Well, we sent it to Alaric, but I think we trust.
I trust Alaric to not do that, but this woman that has the blueprints that works for this woman.
She doesn't. Yeah. Now, strangely enough, you guys do notice the person who actually works for the Queen of Hearts is looking at Alistair like dumbfounded.
Oh, yes.
Like, what are you doing, you idiot?
Keep it up.
Wait, hold on. So, I'm sorry. So, is Nessa's looking at me like
Yes.
that? Mm-hmm.
Well, the way I see it is, Norath has it already, and if they're the only ones who continue to have it, then that spells ill omens for the war. I think at this point the advancement of technology is inevitable.
I'll say, well, no, we've quite handled the this operation. Pretty much everyone in that building who was involved in the process of making it is dead. I made sure of that.
She looks at Nessa to confirm, and she more or less just like shrugs, like, yeah, everyone's dead. But you get the feeling that it's like a shrug, like everyone's dead, but like you probably weren't the cause of it.
And I'm just tapping my forehead. Only in here do those schematics lie.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
shit.
Ah, okay. Come on, baby.
Yes!
Oh, yes.
All right. So he says, "That's very interesting. Alistair, would you like to spend some more time with me? Maybe after your companions leave, a little one-on-one time."
Just staring daggers at him.
Many people would be willing to spend tens of thousands of gold for this opportunity. And when she speaks, there's like a melodious flow to her words that's bewitching to everyone who hears it, except you, Alistair. You appear to shake it off, but your friends appear to be give you jealous looks, like, why is she taking special interest in you?
Yeah, I'm not shaking my head then. I'm nodding my head. Yes, dude.
I'm just willing the blood to go elsewhere.
But you notice that you are unaffected, and you notice that Nessa is unaffected.
No, the idea that things are always better than the actuality.
And then she just says, "That's a pity." She says, "Well, I do applaud you for dealing with our issue with the King of Clubs, and on your way out, you will find your reward. She says, there might be additional work for you in the future. If you wish it. Sorry, I'm getting my. I gotta hit certain plot points. I gotta pull my. I'm trying to buy time. I'm pulling up my log here, my quest log, or my
It's all good.
bullet points. And she says, she says, I hope you will spend it wisely. And then she says, we will. It's like we will. I am going to call a meeting of the merchant kings soon to discuss how we want to further deal with the King of Clubs. I would like you all to be present as witnesses and as emissaries of Stormhaven.
I think that would probably be wise. I agree.
And she says, I'll inform you. That takes some time to set up because we don't meet all that too often. I'll inform you of when the meeting is and where it's being held. But until then, enjoy all Rydal has to offer. I can recommend a number of places.
We were actually thinking of hitting up getting a couple of drinks. What would you recommend?
Oh, there's a fine establishment known as, I wrote this out, Silken Pleasures.
Oh, yes.
It has the best drinks, the best food, and the best companionship in town.
I mean, that sounds like a plan to me. I don't know about you guys.
I'll leave a note with your reward to designate you as guests of mine. They'll be sure to offer you excellent service.
That'd be appreciated. Well, it was nice to meet you, I suppose.
Can I see if she's like harnessing any like ill intent towards me?
You're making an insight check.
That's a good question, actually.
Oh,
You don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and so, but you guys alternately just, Nessa, be a dear and stay behind. I wish to hear more about what happened last night. And she does look at you all, and but she does and nods and says, "Yes, of course."
Well,
hold on. Well, I'm just like pouring through my spells right quick to see if there's anything I can.
she's gonna get the plans for these guns.
Is there like so if something has a verbal component, can I hide that in a sentence?
Like a cough?
Yeah, if it would be difficult to do so because you're not a bard. Bards are more easily able to. Like Nessa weaves it in when she's speaking because she's very practiced in doing it.
I want to, because I want to cast command, and like, would the command word be the verbal component if I hide it in a sentence?
You could message me to distract them. Is that meting too hard?
Probably.
Well, that just sounds. I wouldn't do that. This sounds dangerous anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll just say. Well, hold on, Nessa. You said you would follow us out as soon as possible. We had things to do. Issues of the Stormhaven. They wanted to speak with you after getting word on your skills. And follow is the command word.
So something strange happens when you use the spell, it doesn't work.
Oh shit.
And she just looks at you. Nessa just looks at you confused.
Okay.
Like,
We have
what were you
something
talking
we'd like
about? I mean, we'll meet up later. Silken Pleasures, yeah.
All right. Okay. So sorry. I'll say. Well, why don't we take care of that? That letter you had to get to your family. We'll deliver it right quick, and I'll give her like a little meaningful look, and hold out my hand.
And
All
I was
right.
just looking
She goes to shake your hand.
No, I mean like. Well, okay.
Oh,
I think he's.
I was trying to imply that she would be able to give the piece of paper
plans.
over.
She has the option.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't do that.
Fuck.
Crickety Christ. This is bad.
Yeah, and I just kind of looks at Alistair like, come on, dude.
What do you mean? 'Cause this is bad.
Literally giving guns to the criminal lords.
Yeah. This could be so fucking bad.
It's not as if they're not already going to get it.
What do you, how?
I mean,
It's not necessarily true.
Nessa?
yeah, that's what we're trying to stop.
Yeah.
Like,
As far as you guys know, the blueprints have been incinerated in the fire. You have a copy, and Nessa has a copy.
Nessa, could I just have a quick word with you before we leave?
Sure.
In private, please, Pete, can you guys just leave us alone for just a moment?
So you would have to leave this room to be alone?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to persuade.
She says, yeah, we can
her.
talk afterwards. Sliz's like, I need to get debriefed.
It's super important. It's about your mother.
She's like, I'm an orphan.
Damn it.
Listen, we'll talk later, okay?
Oh, Nessa.
What the fuck he's talking about?
Silken Pleasures tonight. I'll be there. Okay? You guys will be there too. We talk plenty.
I'll just say, just think before you come. Think about what you're doing.
Oh, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who's thinking about anything.
What the fuck is he like on about? I insight checked him.
I'm trying to. I mean, can I say this?
Yeah, so it feels like he's trying to prevent Nessa from doing something.
I don't want her to, get these plans to the Queen of Hearts.
We're trying to do what we can to stop it.
I can't. I don't have spells.
It doesn't matter if you do or not because you can't cast
it doesn't.
I wouldn't. I would have. At this point, I would have risked going a little bit more dangerous. If there wasn't some kind of there's some kind of.
I'll just say there's some bars that you don't want to give certain things. I don't know. I got nothing.
Are you okay? I mean, you got slightly exploded last night. Let's
I raged. I got a fireball on me. I threw some fish. It's been a wild night.
Just take a rest. You know, get your energy back up. You will need it tonight. Silken Pleasures is great. Okay.
What's the Queen of Hearts doing in the middle of all this?
She's just like you can get a feeling she's like impatiently waiting for you to leave.
I'm just having like a fucking psychotic break in the middle of this.
Anna's sort of just staring at her.
And we'll get back to the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say anything. She's just staring the Queen of Hearts down.
Oh, and
One down.
When we do get back to the Silken Pleasures, we talk more about that. There was a contract job, bit of an employment opportunity at Stormhaven. You know how they're So eager to have new people, new opportunities.
Oh, this is the first I've heard of it.
Oh yes.
Give me an
great.
insight
And,
check.
Okay. Biggity bop. 25.
Nice.
She's like, her tone of voice / like look she's giving you is like, stop doing suspicious shit. Leave.
I'm saying, hey, we'll talk on it later. They just treated us so well. Time to spend that good money they've given us. All right, let's what do you say we treat ourselves to some drinks, boys?
I think that's a good idea.
Well,
We do have 2 girls.
Yeah, Arya knows after all of this I need one.
All right, and so you guys leave and go do that. Now there's plenty of bars here that you visited before, but there's also plenty of new ones. But which one do you want to go to, or do you care?
I think if it wasn't for this meeting that we have with this woman, we need to find out what she shared, I think. Otherwise, I would say that this is a trap and that we're probably going to be killed.
I'm not drinking anything. I'm not talking to anyone I don't know.
Okay. So basically, about you turn this quest in about early in the morning, so about 9, and around lunchtime, around 12, Nessa finally meets back up with you. I'm assuming you're still at a bar, but some of you aren't. Some of you aren't partaking in a drink. Others
Do
are.
I see that she has the scroll case?
You don't see it, but then again,
Damn it!
you didn't see it before when she put it into her pack. Her pack was not big enough to contain it, but it still went in.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
What have you done?
I am going to be drinking, but I have protection from poison on myself. I'll cast it.
So she just sits down and orders like their strongest drink and just like downs it in one go.
Yes, sir.
She's like,
my fingers,
and then she just like immediately starts complaining, and she's like, "What the fuck was that all about? Do you know how difficult you made my life for the past 3 hours?"
We have no idea, knowing what you were going to do with those plans. We had to go. We had to do what was necessary to try and stop it, even if it looked insane.
And
What
then,
have
In
you
the
done?
most
and
subtle
then
way
when you mention
possible.
plans, she taps the mug, and then she pings the mug. It's a metal mug. She pings it with her fingernail, and then you don't hear any sound around outside of your like table.
Ooh. What, you don't think it was obvious what she was doing?
And she says,
We had to be discreet.
I wasn't gonna get the fucking plans to a criminal. Are you insane?
How did we know that? You're a criminal yourself. I'm a criminal. I don't know.
I was
Wait, you weren't-
going to give them to
wait a-
Alaric.
You weren't going to give the plans to her?
No.
How were we supposed to know that?
Because it wasn't my job.
I'm going to insight check that.
You can insight it, yeah. You think she's telling the truth?
Well, you know that we have good reason to be concerned. This is, if these get into the wrong hands, it would be disastrous. It would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
We're talking.
And due to recent events, I don't really trust any of you. I trust Alaric. He seems to have faith in you.
Hey, what did I do wrong?
Name one thing that we did wrong.
You blew me up.
Yeah.
That shit show in front of the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, that was.
I had to explain myself for like 2 hours just to get out of all that.
Look,
You understand why we had to act the way we did.
It was
You're an unknown entity. If any of these plans get through, let's assume that you were a morally dubious, profit-driven person. What we did would have been necessary.
Alistair, that would all be moot if Nessa has even managed to convince her that we're on the up and up, which I, at this point, doubt. She seems like a very shrewd woman. If anything, you've made us an enemy in the shadows.
We had no reason to think that she wouldn't give the plans to her employer.
No, now you know that her employer with her job when you met her was not to find weapons. It was to lower the King of Clubs' position. In
Hired
Rydal.
by the Queen of Hearts, her
Still,
boss, right?
I mean, if she were to hand over these plans, she would have been rich beyond her wildest dreams. She would have had influence more than any other probably bard in the entire city.
I think with her skill set, you could do that just about anywhere else.
Oh, okay, come on. Flattery.
It's like, yeah, I don't really care about all that stuff. As long as I can live comfortably, I'm fine. And you, and she points at Alistair, let's just say you're not going to be able to sleep soundly in Rydal.
I mean,
for forever.
For the record, I believe that Slizik was completely discreet and so subtle that only dogs could hear him.
I think I was perfectly subtle. I think that was completely below the radar.
It's like the Queen of Hearts has taken an unhealthy interest in you, Alistair.
I think she would have done that whether we succeeded or not, whether we did this or not. She has no reason to keep us alive.
Good intentions aside, sometimes it really...
She says, yeah, if the only reason you're still alive is because you're emissaries of Stormhaven, she's trying to maintain friendly relationships with them because of the weapons and materials and stuff they supply her. If you weren't, you would all be dead.
I don't see the problem here. As far as I'm concerned, we've gotten exactly what we wanted. The Queen doesn't have the plans, and you're probably going to go to Eric because you know that it's your best option.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it easier on the rest of us, or Alistair for that matter.
Except Alistair had to say he knows the plans, and so best believe someone is going to come looking for them.
She knew before that they had some weapon. She knew before what stuff.
But she didn't know what it was. She didn't know how it was made.
So she still doesn't.
But she knows someone now who does. Why do you think I blew up the whole factory?
That's why our job was to investigate someone that knew those plans. So now she's just going to do the same thing. The only difference is that you'll be in Stormhaven, one of the safest cities, as opposed to it being some jack of clubs or whatever the fuck who can't protect himself from even just 5 random people rolling up on him. I think, all in all, this is completely fine.
Except that Alaric is going to be hunted. I'm sorry, Alistair is going to be hunted.
As long as he's in Rydal, yes.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Why do you think I went to the trouble of blowing up the factory?
Did you? I thought that was definitely Alistair throwing out a couple of...
Now
yeah, I don't remember
mad at me for blowing you up, and now you're trying to take credit for what I've done.
Blowing me up? Yes! So, you guys... Let's see. She would then explain how, as you guys were leaving, she went to one of the workers and told them, essentially, to start lighting fires around the factory.
Okay, well, a little bit late for that, since we kind of did it ourselves.
As far as you know, it was burning, but did not explode. It exploded when you guys reached a safe distance.
I think time would have taken care of that, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. I think you are completely blowing this out of proportion. As you said yourself, she cannot risk killing Alistair because he is an emissary of Stormhaven.
There are ways to extract information without killing someone.
Yeah, I know those. Trust me. But we'll be gone.
Without doing any harm to the body, either.
I'd like to see her try.
She tried to hire me to do it.
What do you mean? What exactly did she say?
She wanted me to figure out what you know. First of all, I had to lie to her and say I didn't have any plans. I didn't know how it was made.
She's still... I mean, I don't see the downside here. She doesn't know how...
And then she offered me 10,000 gold to figure out what Alistair knew.
Which is what? He doesn't... Not to be...
I know he doesn't know anything, but she doesn't know that.
So she's going to try and kill Alistair.
No, not kill him.
Kind of what I assumed beforehand.
There are certain spells that can affect the memory, that can probe into the mind. Mostly surface level thoughts. Anything more than just surface level, and it becomes detectable.
Then let's leave.
She looks at
He's
you,
done.
Slizik, and says, for example, she looks at you, Slizik, and like her voice modulates and says, "Tell me your deepest, darkest secret."
No, I'm good actually.
No, and then you are compelled to do so.
Hold on, there's got to be a wisdom.
Yeah, like that's
somewhere.
kind of.
Unless we're talking some.
Make a wisdom save with disadvantage and -4 to it, in addition to whatever you have.
Okay. Wow.
That seems appropriate. So that's a -8. I'm sorry, no, -5. -5.
Secret. Okay, let me just come up.
You're a pirate.
I once coerced a woman that owed me some money to do. I coerced her. Her husband was an adversary of mine. She owed me money. She was addicted to something that I could provide. And long story short, through that debt and through threats, had her kill her own family. A son, daughter, husband, all of them. Just for a little hit of what I had.
So when you relay that, Slizik, you like sit upright and you just almost monotone, mechanically deliver that. And then when you're done, you come back to your senses, and it says, "See, it's that easy."
Can I see what?
Is it though? Is it that easy? Because that's the only time I've experienced such a thing.
Can I see what spell that was? As a learned man of the.
Give me an Arcana check. She is not using a spell.
Would Divine Sense pick anything up?
The power of music.
Like, what in the hell would that be?
She is outside the rules at this moment. Like,
For the record, I remember this from the last
Holy
campaign. I'm not sure if the
fuck.
others do.
Yeah, out of character, you might remember what she can do, but she is not using a spell to do this.
I think only Amy was the one. Amy was the only one who was around at that time that might remember it.
But yeah, she says, "It's that easy." So please, be discreet. More discreet. Just try to not make yourself stand out.
It is astounding that you are taking like the high ground. All we were doing was trying to make sure that these didn't get into the wrong hands. There's no way we could have known that you weren't going to do that. You, as you said, go to the highest bidder. How did we know that you weren't already in her pocket?
You're
All
a
we did
criminal
was-
in a city of criminals.
All we did was,
and we assume that you would do the criminal thing.
and so we tried to do the good thing. And you're being a cunt. You're taking the higher road on us. As if
I wasn't the one that brought up weapons first thing when we met the queen.
I'm with her on this. You all hit the ball very hard.
I was the one
So-
that tortured someone.
We should have put our faith in someone that does all of this. We should have put our faith that you wouldn't do this, and just pray and hope that you wouldn't give these plans to your employer, the person that takes, as you self-admitted that you would take just from the highest bidder. We were just supposed to take it on your word, that not even your word. We didn't have your word. We just had to hope that you wouldn't give her these plans.
Also, you're expecting me to be able to lie about that we hadn't gotten these plans? You're expecting me just to spout
As
off?
you said, it's so easy.
So you don't have to voluntarily offer the information up. At least make it difficult for her.
It's what we're hired to do. Well, if we make it difficult, who's to say that she wouldn't just do that trick on me? If we're being cagey about it.
She says she
the just tell everyone
She
secrets
says
fucking spell. I have to learn that one.
she says she can only do something like that in her room.
Speaking of which, what is something like that?
A brief aside before that, you guys did get your level recommendation and 300 gold each on exiting the that house. She says, since I was a girl, I've always had the ability to get people to do what I want. Just by asking them to do it.
No opening of the legs. Wow, impressive. Sorry, that joke was in poor taste.
Not really. It's fun.
It's like,
I did drop a pretty hard C-bomb earlier.
Yeah, she did. You obviously was a you could tell she was annoyed when you said that.
Sorry, what?
You could tell she was annoyed when you called her a cunt.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, I
one
definitely did do that. I'm riled up. That's why.
Oh, you're riled up.
No, that's
Yes.
fucking okay. She just forced him to tell his darkest secret. He can
No
call her
shit.
a name. Like,
Well, we did torture a person, so
So so Slizik, also to reiterate what she did, you don't remember saying that.
Oh, awesome.
So you just delivered it like a robot. Everyone heard it, and you just slipped back into being like the normal conversation, like nothing happened.
Yeah, to that point, by the way, I forgot to mention it before. Anastasia is looking at Slizik rather disgustedly.
Yeah, Slizik's... Well, I don't remember, so actually, no. I don't do fucking anything, because I don't know what's going
She's
on.
just dogging you really hard right now.
I just look confused.
Like, listen, okay? Just lay low, okay? Don't let Alistair be alone. And go to this meeting. She did give me a little more information about it. They're going to be talking about what to do with the King of Clubs. I told her more about Norath and the creepy shit they're up to. She's thinking about trying to ally themselves with Stormhaven. That will probably come up. That's why she wants you to be there. So just lay low until then. Don't do any crazy shit. And hopefully y'all get out of here unmind-fucked.
Yeah, cringes at that thought.
I think Slizik's just... I don't remember, actually, so never mind.
I'll do all I can, but I did tell the Queen of Hearts that this was
Wait,
my last mission, and thanks to you, she now knows I'm going to Stormhaven, so great.
one thing. You didn't really mention, well, you said that you could do stuff by just telling people what to do. How does she do it?
It's not like me, it's like a combination of the atmosphere of the room, the incense she's burning has some, like, truth-telling, like, stuff in it. It's like a substance.
Give us an example.
It just makes you more likely to do what she asks, but doesn't compel you to do it.
You said you're...
I don't really know if I don't know if I believe that. Something came over me there, and
She does know magic too, but as far as I know, she's the only one able to cast spells in that room.
Well, there was a resonance in her voice, and I didn't feel the resistance. There's no, I mean, you know how spells work. They come against you. Something inside of you bubbles up to resist it. That didn't happen. There was just a resonance, and then something bitter in me.
It's like, she doesn't really, after the first time she tried trying to use it on me, so I can't really dissect it for you.
So, I have to have known that she cast something on me, right? I'm sorry, I have to establish, like, because she said she used me as an example. The way she was talking was like, oh.
Yeah, so as far as you know, she was just like, for example, and then it's just blank.
Does he notice like the different positions that people in the bar are in all of a sudden?
You can give
she
me a
said,
perception
you
check.
Yeah, please. I need to know whether I just told this.
I mean, you did.
Fuck.
So,
I don't have
you're not at disadvantage.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
just you got 15 because the minus. So you notice that everyone's in different positions. They have gone on further in the conversation than you remember. Some of you people are giving you weird looks at the table.
Oh yeah, I'm getting.
But other than that, you don't recall what happened.
Why do I? What happened? Why are you looking at me like that?
Your deepest, darkest secret was a pretty deep and dark secret.
What do you mean?
She did a bit of not a spell, but some sort of effect, probably magical in nature, that forced you to rattle off your deepest, darkest secret.
I'm going to smash the table.
So when you do that, the spell breaks. That's sort of giving you a cone of silence, and all the sound of the bar flies back, and everyone's staring at you now.
I just breathe heavily, and I'm staring at her like I'm about to tear her fucking head off.
I'm up on
really,
right.
really unwise
at this point.
Nessa. Terribly unwise.
You had no right. You had no right. I've worked hard. I've gone through so much to get over what I did back then. I've ditched my old crew, and I managed to finally, despite my curse, despite all that's gone on, I've managed to find a new crew, and I'll gesture towards my friends. And I'll just kind of stalk off. I think I'll throw my chair angrily, and I'm gonna head off to one of the rooms.
Does he seem receptive to a drinking buddy?
No. I just slam one of the doors. I don't ask like if it's occupied. I don't ask like can I rent this room out. I just go to the nearest room and take it.
Yeah, you because of your mood and your presence, you don't get anyone saying anything.
Anna will stand up and go over to the proprietor of this establishment and toss him a handful of gold and follow after. Guessing the door is locked.
Yeah.
Door meets
At this point, I feel like he'd probably be like just so kind of overwhelmed by emotion that you guys actually see like the aura of his rage, like electricity is starting to kind of boil up. Is that too crazy to say? I think that's fair to say. Like,
yeah, there's like a crackling in it, like the ozone. You can smell it burning around you, and it's the air around you is charged, as it were, like before a lightning strike.
Yeah. Which you guys have smelled before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I'm in my room.
Oh, yeah, I followed after, tried to bust down
A 10 is not going to do it.
Oh, I see.
So you kick it ineffectually. Or ineffectively, sorry.
I'm gonna follow and try to, deflect Anastasia back down the stairs and away from that room.
Like, are you gonna push her or something?
Nessa will take her leave. She'll just look at you, Alistair, and say, listen, I'll be at Silken Pleasures tonight. If you want some type of protection, come there, okay? Or don't. That also might be safer. But anyway, remember what I said. And then she, just stands up and leaves.
I think I'll be fine with the people I trust. And, I'll, if there's, at some point later in the, later in the night, I'll give a knock on all Slizik's room.
I think if it's probably like 2 or 3 in the morning or something, like people have passed out. Yeah, I'll just, who's there?
It's just me.
Just kind of a brief pause. And the door just kind of creaks open just like an inch. That's my door noise.
That Resident Evil.
Yeah. And if you enter, Slizik is just like on the bed, like sitting on it like a chair, you know what I mean? Like he's not lying down. Just kind of head in hands.
Pull out a bottle of rum, pour out a couple of cups. Look, what was revealed there, understand it doesn't change anything here. I've not been as forthright with exactly nature of what I've been up to and studying. I had probed into bits of magic that have been probably rightfully sealed away from mankind, and done some dubious things, I feel, to get them. This creature, whenever it wiped my mind of my friends, family, accomplishments, knowledge, it deigned to leave in the unfortunate things that I did to gain that knowledge. Thing to, suppose, haunt me. Teach me a lesson. A lot of ancient magic isn't as clean, isn't as steadfast and sterile as the modern stuff that can take. It can take a little bit more oomph to get where you want to go.
Alistair, I watched her as she killed her own children. I watched as the father tried to stop her and she stabbed him. And do you know what I did when she was done? I slit her throat afterwards as well. And you know, I took the 100 gold that she owed me off of her corpse. There is no repentance, there's nothing I can do to take that back, but the reason I react the way I do is that you guys found me after I lost my crew, after I'd been abandoned. And I began to see you guys as my new crew, as my crewmates. And to have that brought up, I don't claim to be a saint, but it's something I wish that I'd never done, and it makes it really hard to have to face all of you guys in the morning. How can I look at Aja? How can I look at Anastasia? How can I look at even you right now, knowing what I know, doing what I have done in the past? I wish it didn't come up, to be frank. That woman, I will get her eventually, one day. I'll get her for this.
In due time, but we have bigger enemies, more important enemies, more worthwhile enemies.
Yes.
You ask, how can you face someone after all that? Well, you face them as a fucking champion. Because, like it or not, that's what you are. For whatever reason, gods work in mysterious ways, but the aspects have chosen. And they chose you.
I suppose I'll have to just try and...
I'm not saying that's the only thing keeping me from, I don't know, I guess hating you, being angry at you.
Do I hear this from outside?
No, she's inside. She's like leaning up against the wall.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
But I think there is a reason that someone from above pointed their finger down at you and said, yes, you. And I think a repentance does exist for you. I don't know what shape it takes, when it'll come, or when you'll accept it for yourself.
I mean,
But as a paladin, I have a pretty good sense for these things. I think with how you've turned out so far, after what you said, then surely not all is lost.
it's late.
There are greener pastures.
Right?
And what's up, Alistair?
And it's lady luck, right? What's more unlikely than the pirate who redeems himself to be a champion of all that's good?
I feel like at this point he goes to reach towards the coin that he always goes and flips when he's kind of anxious, and it's just not there, and he just kind of slumps down, and he says, my whole life has been focused on trying to redeem not only myself, but my family, so I hope that what you guys say is true, and goddamn, this rum is really good. Please, one more cup, if you don't mind.
By all means.
And we get super slizzed.
All right. So do you allow Slizik, like, he obviously has this room, I assume the barkeep took that as payment, what Anastasia gave him. So do you all rest in this room, or do you go your separate ways? Like, what's the resting situation?
I'm gonna stay in this room. I trust Slizik probably the most.
Yeah, maybe like as we're talking, my rage kind of slowly abates, and like the electricity kind of starts to go away.
I'm passed out in the hallway near the room. Didn't quite make it in.
I'm going to drag her in by her feet.
Yeah, let's drag her in.
I'll set my ever vigilant and faithful ally Harold
Oh yeah.
to sit watch, to keep his eyes out for any do-batters.
Yeah, I imagine us just kind of shooting shit by like a fireside with Alja passed out in front of us.
I was going to ask Slizik, I hate to bring it up again, but how do you feel about what happened now? That is, what words did you use? What words did you say to me?
At the time, you know what?
I'm not asking about back then. I'm asking about now.
About what, sorry?
She said, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about now.
How do I feel about it now? I did what I had to at the time. I was raised in that environment, as you said earlier. It's why I felt so strongly earlier. But if you, my crewmates rather, can feel comfortable being around me, can be comfortable with this curse, can be comfortable with what I've done, then I think everything's going to be fine.
Well, the way I look at it, your environment's changed. Now the only thing left is you. And I think you'll manage.
I think it's much appreciated. You're very wise and also very strong.
I know, right? I mean, look at these props flex.
Oh, jeez. Look at the definition on those triceps. God. And I picture us just drinking by the fireside with Aja passed out.
You eventually do succumb to sweet release of sleep.
That was really cool, guys.
Something, now I'll leave this right in section, but this is the cliffhanger. Something does happen that, give me a perception. I mean, just this will awaken, probably not Slizik. But yeah, I wasn't going there, but so who Alistair probably has a high passive perception, and Harold's up, so Harold will probably like start poking you on the head.
I got a 14.
Yeah, my passive is like.
I'm assuming you're all sleeping though, so you wouldn't hear this, but Harold's like literally like pecking you on the head to wake you up.
Okay.
And you see this like huge shadowy figure in the room, like going through your things, and he looks to be more focused on Slizik's than anyone else's. And it's like this huge hulking figure covered in shadow, and you just hear him speaking, but it's like slurred, like almost like it's underwater. It's like, where is it? Where? He's like muttering. It's like, where is it? Where is it?
Oh
I smell it. I smell it on him. Give it to me. Give it.
I let out.
And then he notices you and goes, bah! And then he grabs something and just runs out the window that he got in from.
Okay, I want to cast suggestion on him. I want to say, return to the room and answer some questions.
Ooh.
All right. So what's the DC on that?
16.
Okay. So you try to put suggestion in there because I'm trying to see if it. I gotta find this person too. I think they have
be charged or immune. And if
yeah, so he cannot. So you get the feeling like when you try to talk to him, you are like visibly you are mentally repulsed. Like not so much that it just like there's nothing there to converse with. If that makes sense. Like the person there is the person there is either not receptive or they are not in the right state of mind to receive what you're putting down.
Okay.
You did give me a perception roll.
Okay. Second 21.
All right. When this figure leaves, you smell the strong smell of the sea. They have like wet footprints from where they've been around the room. You can tell just by looking at it or like tasting it. Salt water. And you saw like these weird eyes and like chitin staring or like from its form in its robe that you managed to see through or see around as it bounded out of the room.
Okay. Is it close enough so I can cast another spell on it?
It has been dashing, and you see it heading towards the sea though. Like it's clearly headed towards the direction of water. Sorry.
I will Misty step down. I've already yelled out to wake everyone up, but I'm gonna Misty step down, and I'm gonna try to cast another spell at it.
All right. Well, we will end the session there.
Oh, well, can I please just say the spell just real quick because I just thought of it. That's good.
Sure.
Please.
I want to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and I want to say I'd give that robbery a C+.
Nice.
God damn it.
And we'll end there.
This creature is so dumb, it doesn't work on it.
Oh, it's a
It's a dumb boy.
below a 4.
Yeah.
That's a dog.
Oh, that was such a good session.
That really was.
But you see it's like just going towards the water. That's what you guys see. And Slizik, what it took from you was all of your money.
Fuck!
Oh no!
That's my purse. I don't know.
Can't catch a fucking break.
I signed up for this when I made this character, to be fair.
But I will stop the stream there. We can